Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi, hi, hi. I don't know why the double sound words are popping off, but hi, everyone. Also, Techno Extreme, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome into the stream. Welcome in. Hi, everybody. So today we have a special guest who is currently, They are. We're having some camera issues. So we're figuring it out before we transition over to the talk show. But it's my guinea pig show. We're starting out a new thing where I'm gonna be asking questions about life, and it's gonna be good. Rex Chan, yeah, you're Rex Chan. We're gonna be talking and asking the hard-hitting questions. Hardleg is a guinea pig? Oh yeah. He's a guinea pig YouTuber. You haven't seen him? Have you seen... See, I'm a fish VTuber, right? Hardleg is a guinea pig VTuber. Very cute, very cute. I recommend very much, you guys. I have seen him, he's cool, right? Very cool VTuber. But I'm waiting for some technical issues to resolve on his end before we get started. But yeah, I'm very excited. Hopefully this is a start to a new show on my channel. Hopefully we can invite some cool people. No worries, slash. Have a good food. Oh, alright. I think we might be almost done setting up on his side. Give me 1 second here, you guys. Let's see. Hi, Mr. Omurice. Woohoo! Uh-oh. We're having some more technical difficulties. Sorry guys, please hold on. Let's see. We're figuring it out, guys. Sorry. We should have done this earlier, but we were both I think he was a little bit busy earlier, so. Yes. We're clicking, we're typing. Oh shoot, I should probably disable those. Okay, hold on. We're disabling some channel point stuff. We're disabling it! You guys don't get privileges today. No privileges. Hold on. Also, hi Divinity, hello. I saw you first. I did see you. Don't worry, I did see you. I'll leave the hydrate ones on. I think those are okay. I'll take this one off. I'll turn this one off. No sound alerts. I'll leave the one big banana, I guess. That's okay. That's not a big deal. Okay. Alright, I think I turned off the annoying ones. Yeah, sorry. Cerveza Cristal is way too... Oh, wait! I see him. Okay, hold on. I think I went too ham with the green screen. Hold on, you guys. That's good enough. Okay, we figured it out. Okay, alright. Let me call him. Alright, let me see. Let's see if he answers. Hmm? We are ringing. He's trying. Hi, Joe!
Hello! Oh, hey, I have the, whatchamacallit? The Fugi on my end. I forgot I even had this turned on.
Yeah, let's go!
So your icon seems to be, junk for some reason?
Oh, it was because it was his birthday.
Oh, okay.
I changed it for his birthday.
You're junk, and then when you talk, it turns you into Ame being very excited.
I am very excited all the time, it's true. Alright,
True. Okay, here, we'll add this to mine, and then you can have the fancy visuals on your channel.
Alright, cool. Sounds good. Alright, I'm gonna switch over to that. Let's go!
Yep, and you're live on my chat too, so don't say, don't put your, social security number out there or anything.
You can find me at 6969 420 Street, you guys. Come find me. Anyway, Hardleg Joe, welcome to On the Hook, where we talk about hard-hitting questions and life stuff.
Hard-hitting?
Hard-hitting.
For my leg?
Yes, actually, that's one of the questions.
Perfect, exactly.
Okay. Listen. I'm sure you've talked about it on your stream, but this is really important to me. I know your thing is a hat and a leg, but what happened with the leg? What's the story? We need the story.
What's the story with the leg?
Yeah, can we get like the maybe the short version or the long version, whatever what do you want to share?
I mean, this is the leg. I have it. It's right here. Not sure if you could see that on your end.
We can.
Yeah, I'm named after this. It's a leg. It's hard. I'm not sure what other questions you have about it.
Which foot is it supposed to be on?
It's the left foot.
The left foot.
Yeah. I'm a lefty, you know.
You're a lefty. Have you ever tried to change it out for a peg leg, perhaps?
Oh, I've considered, but the thing is, like, that I can't model, like, the Hardleg brand socks on it. Like, that's the important thing.
Oh, you use the leg as a model?
Yeah, that's what this is for. It's like a mannequin leg for, like, if you've got shoes or socks you want to show off, you put them on this, and then you can, like, display it.
Wait, it's not your leg?
No, it's not my actual leg.
I thought your leg was that.
No, I got both. I can lift. I'm not sure if that'd show up on the camera.
Wait, this whole time I thought you had like half a leg missing.
Oh, you thought I was like disabled or something? No.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to say that way. But
What was it? So that is a problem, I guess. I always try to do that as a joke, and I always try to correct myself after the fact. Because the thing is, the actual origins of the hard leg is just like, it was a joke that someone I used to work with made, and he had a thing where he called every guy hard leg. You know, so I'd come in and be like, oh, there's Hardleg Joe walking into work today. And then Tom would walk in and be like, there's Hardleg Tom walking around. Lots of hard legs here today.
Oh.
And that was just where I worked when I started my channel. So there's nothing to it. It was just you know, I thought it had a nice ring to it. But there's a lot of people, every time I say my name, they always make like a dick joke. And I'm like, I'm so tired of hearing like, oh, is your leg really hard? So I like to really undercut their sales by being like, no, it refers to my prosthetic leg. You see, I was in a tragic boating accident when I was 13. And then they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean, I didn't think it was a, you know.
Like,
and, you know, that's not true, obviously, but I like to deflate the people who think it's a dick joke.
Okay, because the way I got introduced to you is I think you raided into my chat or something like that. And that's how, I guess, that's our first interaction, our real first interaction. And I was like, oh, Hardleg Joe or Hardleg Gaming, thank you for the raid, you know. And then I think my chat was like, oh, he has a hard leg. That's why his name is Hardleg. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That's nice. I was so like put off by that. Not put off. That's the wrong word. I was just so taken aback. I was
caught
like,
off guard. I mean, I like to surprise people.
Yeah, I was just like, the cool leg, dude. Yeah. And then until now, I just thought you were like disabled.
No, I'm sorry if I'm misconstrued people. I think, what was it, later, because I had a couple people think that. I was like, oh, no, that was all a joke. So I used to make up something. I'd be like, oh, the name comes from these calcium deposits that build up in my leg and give me hard spots, which is not a real disease as far as I know. So it's like completely fictional, but when you say it with like such conviction, people just believe.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know. And you showed me your leg once too on stream. So I was like 100% like, oh, one of his legs gone. He don't have a foot.
No. I absolutely have both of my legs. And this was just something, someone sent this to me like the first year I started doing YouTube.
As a gift?
And they're just like, now you have a hard leg. And now anytime it brings it up, where they're like, let's see your hard leg, I just pull this out.
I legitimately, whenever you do that, I thought you just pulled it off your leg and you showed off
your... No. If you've ever seen an actual, like, prosthetic leg, they have a little bit more mobility, but two, they wouldn't have this, like, curved foot
What if you like
thing.
wearing high heels? I don't judge. I'm not judging. We appreciate all people here.
Fun fact, did you know historically high heels were invented to be used by butchers? So when they were slaughtering animals, they wouldn't get their feet in the blood.
Oh. Okay, well,
and then somehow they became a sexy girl thing.
Well, it definitely, I mean, I know it enhances people's butts. I think that's why people wear it, right? Or something? I don't know.
Something. I don't know. It's always interesting to see how, like, society, like, goes around. Like, you know, you go back to medieval times, and, like, you wouldn't see a lady walking around in high heels. You'd see a big, burly guy doing it.
Yeah.
And then you'd see that and be like, ah, that guy, I can get a nice slab of meat from him.
Yeah, or I think they also, aristocrats used to wear it because it helped them sit on the horse's stirrups properly, I think.
Huh. I'm not aware of that. I'll have to look that up.
Also, okay, well, moving on. Can you please describe yourself using 3 words that don't include hat or leg?
No. No, I can't.
What?
Those are the only 3 words I can use.
No, I can't. Okay, you know what? Fine, fine. Acceptable.
No,
I accept.
I guess I could be a big goofball.
Big
goofball.
That's true.
A word or 2?
I think it's 2. Big goofball. Okay. So we did get ball in there, so we give it a pass. All right, excellent. But I think the most important, the most important question I wanted to ask today is how did you get started in your content creation journey? I know you had a retail job once in a time, a long time ago, but after that, like, how did you transition to this? What happened? Where did Joe come from?
It's weird because it's such a long, slow process, but eventually, it wasn't a retail job. I did work retail for a little bit, but for 10 years, from the time I was 17 till about 27, I worked fast food. So I was just fast food. I couldn't afford to go to college. I didn't have particularly good grades. In fact, I failed out of high school. So I couldn't, I had to like get my GED to even start taking college classes. And I've taken a couple, but like nothing good enough. So I didn't really have like any prospects or anything. I was just kind of working at, like, I think I worked Burger King and Jack in the Box or whatever. And then one day I was watching like Game Grumps, and my one roommate at the time, named Steve, he was like, we could do that. I was like, yeah, we could if we had like a computer and like a microphone and stuff. And Steve is like, he's like a monk. I don't know how else to describe him. He just like, he has this like willpower where he doesn't like he's like perfectly content without doing anything. He worked fast food like me too, but somehow he managed to save up money and not live paycheck to paycheck. So like a month later, he was like, I used my savings and bought a big fancy computer and a microphone.
Oh, he actually did it.
He did it, and we started a channel, and if you look at the very first video on my channel, you know, the channel's called Hardleg Gaming because we were a Let's Play channel.
Oh.
And it was me and Steve doing our Game Grumps impression. And it was absolutely awful.
Wait, is it still there? Is that video still there?
Yeah. I haven't deleted any of my videos. You can go watch it.
I'm gonna go find it.
It's not good. I wouldn't recommend it.
Wait, what happened to Steve, though? Where's Steve?
Oh, well, that's the thing, like... I had not only Steve, but a bunch of my friends on the channel, right?
Oh, okay.
And, we kind of had like a rotating thing, but I was the one who edited it because I had experience editing from making AMVs when I was younger.
wait, hold on. Before we go any further, what kind of AMVs were you making?
Oh, only the most cliche, like Dragon Ball Z set to Linkin Park, Naruto stuff near the end, just, you know, I think in my entire career I made like 200 AMVs, and maybe 3 of them are good enough that I would show to people and be like, here you go, this is not completely embarrassing.
But like, where can we find them on the internet?
I don't think you can.
Damn it.
Chat,
I tried.
Because this was before YouTube. These were uploaded to amv.org, where you would download them.
Oh, that's a thing? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't there for that yet, I think. I mean, I probably didn't even know what the internet was at that point.
No.
I was very sheltered as a child, so... Wow. amv.org? Does that website still exist?
Yeah, it still exists. And I'm on there under a different name, but I think I use my real name, so I just prefer, like, I don't even tell people. Well, plus, at the time, I didn't know how to upload videos to the actual website.
Uh-huh.
So I had my own website. There was a GeoCities or whatever. You could build your own website. You got like 10 megabytes of space for free.
Oh,
and if
wow.
you wanted more, you had to pay for it. So I would render my videos in like god-awful quality so they were 9 megabytes.
Okay.
And then I just made like 30 free accounts and uploaded one video to each account. And then I had a main site that was like, check out my videos, and just had a bunch of links to all those other free accounts.
Well, that's excellent. I like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, even if you somehow found it now, all those GeoCities sites are gone.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was, I do still have them on a disc somewhere if you're super curious. And I remember I was looking up, like, AMV, and I put in, like, the title of my songs. The songs that I used in the anime, and like 3 or 4 of them got uploaded to YouTube like 10 years ago.
Oh?
On some random channel where someone's like, these are my top 5 AMVs, and like one of mine is just
You're in someone's top 5 AMV! Okay, I think that's like cause for celebration. I think you should celebrate. You should pat yourself on the back.
All of their AMVs that they put up there were like awful, and especially like most of mine. You know, the footage, I didn't have DVDs. I couldn't afford to buy that. So the footage was taken from, like, you know, I pirated a fan sub off of Kazaa or Ares or whatever back in the day. So it's like, it's got the footage, but it's grainy, and you can see the subtitles at the bottom. Just like hard-coded.
I think it has a charm. It's a charming effect.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's a certain charm to it.
So you started the Hardleg Gaming channel, and you were doing Let's Plays.
Sorry, we got completely off.
What kind of Let's Plays were you doing first?
Pretty much just anything that we found interesting. The first episode was on Worms Revolution, which is just like a little party game.
Okay.
And then the first series we tried to do was Oddworld's Abe Odyssey, which was a game I played as a kid and never beat, and I was like, I'm an adult now, I can go back, I can beat it, and the game was exceptionally hard, and I wasn't very good at it, even as an adult, so that entire series is like watching me fail for like 100 episodes.
And this is all still there, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna I know what I'm doing after this stream. I'm gonna be we're gonna go deep diving into the Hardleg Gaming channel.
Yeah, if you want to cringe, you could do that. We've got, I think I made like 1,000 of those.
What?
Because when I started, right, the meta on YouTube was uploads every day at like 10 to 15 minutes. So what we would do is we would record for like 2 hours, and then we would have a stopwatch going, and then just every 15 minutes we'd be like, okay, well next time on Let's Play, we'll be back. And then we pause for a moment, and then we'd be like, and welcome back to Let's Play, time to do this. So we just cut it up into everything.
Wait, what? That's insane! But then you have to upload every day, though?
Yeah, but I would do, oh, 1 second. Chat is saying I sound like I'm going through a tunnel.
You're going through a tunnel.
Is the audio fine for everyone else, or do I sound weird?
Hold on, maybe it's on Discord side. Maybe it might be my side. Can you say something?
Check, 1, 2.
I don't know.
What are you gonna do?
It's okay with me. Maybe my chat says it sounds good. I don't know.
Okay, maybe it was just one guy.
Sounds a bit
Hard
better.
to say.
Okay, well, it is what it is.
Okay, I just wanted to double check before we got too long. Although now I forgot what we were talking about.
I only remember Wind Tunnel. Let's play in your channel. Content creation. How'd you get
I
started?
was doing Let's Play, content creation. We had all this, all the Let's Plays. They made like, just talking about how, like, I put up 5 videos a week, but I would just, we would record on a Saturday, and then on Sunday, I would sit down and just, like, edit out the 2 hours of footage into 5 videos.
Oh,
and then I would upload all of them on Sunday and just set them, like, schedule them to be released one at a time over the next week.
Okay, so how did you transition from Let's Plays to, like, Yu-Gi-Oh content?
So
and I know you have other channels too, but
yeah.
I feel like it's mainly Yu-Gi-Oh, right now?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's the main channel. The other ones are much, much smaller. Like, not even 1/10 of the size.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, at the time, we were doing 5 videos a week, and we're like, we could do a 6th. We could add another one in here. And we had just discovered Dueling Network. Are you familiar with that?
No. What is that?
It's called, they have a version of it now called Dueling Book. But Dueling Network is the original. It was the free Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, simulator.
Oh,
and it was all manual. You had to, like, set down your cards and everything.
Oh.
It wasn't
like
automatic.
Omega?
You had to know the rules.
Oh, okay, I understand. Okay. So it's
like...
Okay. So they
you
you can do illegal things. Technically.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
It was awful. If you play on ranked, you have to, like, call judges over and
There's
be like,
judges?
say, yeah.
Are these, like, Reddit sub, like, like, moderator kind of thing people? You just call them and they come?
I mean, usually they take, like, 15 minutes because there's only, like, a handful of them at any given time. And they work, like, for free. So it's just whenever they feel like it.
But what if the judge was wrong? Has there ever been
a time... You can appeal it to a higher judge.
Okay.
But once they get to the head judge, then you can't go any further.
Oh, interesting. I've never heard that. Well, I mean, obviously, I've only played on Master Duel, and the game, I mean, the rules are rules, so... That's...
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
That one, it's a simulator. It still sees play to this day, even now that Master Duel's out.
Really?
Simply because it's a good way to test for, like, in real life play, right? Like, you have to communicate with your opponent. You have to know what cards can be activated and when and all the phases. You gotta do everything manually.
Wait, I have an important question. Is there all chat available? You can talk to your opponent while you're playing online?
Yeah.
Oh my...
It's like a text chat.
I can't... Okay, I wonder how many times you have to just... I mean, I'm sure there's certain words...
It gets toxic as hell, yes, if that's what you're asking.
It's like my League of Legends. We're back. Wait, that's...
Yeah, there's... I'm pretty sure there's a Twitter thing just of people, like, awful Dueling Book messages.
Oh. How lovely. That's nice. Wait,
yeah.
Okay, so you started doing Dueling Book, and then...
Yeah, me and my friends had played that, and then, basically, our first Yu-Gi-Oh! Series was we were making Let's Plays, and my one friend was like, what if we did a Let's Play of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh!
And I was like... I guess that could work, but we'd have to, like, frame it differently. So our first show was called The Deck Exchange. And the idea was I would build a deck, and my friend would build a deck, and then we would swap them. And we'd both have to learn each other's decks and duel with them.
Oh, okay. So you just give them a god-awful deck, of course, so you can win.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd just be a contest of who can make the shittier deck, and you give them the shittier deck.
We both had I mean, that's the thing, is, like, we had kind of an understanding that it was for entertainment, it was for a show, right?
Okay.
So we wouldn't give each other something completely unplayable.
Right,
the idea was to hopefully give each other something that was interesting and had, like, some kind of theme, right? So, like, one week we'd be like, let's do ritual decks.
Oh.
And this was before there were good ritual decks, so I got, like, Citadel, Whale, Turbo. Or whatever.
Wow.
Or we'd be like all fire decks, and I would build a fire deck, and they would build a fire deck. Although, yeah, oftentimes, famously in that first season, when we did the Citadel Whale thing, my co-host forgot to put the ritual spell in the deck.
Oh, so you couldn't even do it.
I couldn't even. We played through like 3 games. I finally get to the end, and I was like, man, I never saw the Citadel, like, whale ritual spell the entire time. And then I look through the deck, and I'm like, Cardsworth, where is the ritual spell? It's like, I may have forgotten that part.
That's so funny! And that's basically the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh! Hardleg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one, like, back when the Let's Plays, I don't think a Let's Play ever got like 1,000 views. Even after I became more popular. Like, the Let's Plays were struggling to get like 1 or 2 views.
Really?
I couldn't get like anyone to watch anything.
Looking back now, what do you think you did wrong? Or what was like
I think it's just an oversaturated market. It's one of those things, like, if people want to watch people play games, the Game Grumps already exist. Markiplier exists. PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, like, they have their choice of people who are already really good at that.
Right. So it wasn't anything you think you did, it was just the market.
Mostly. I mean, I wasn't very funny either.
Oh.
I mean, that's the thing, is like, if you want to be good at anything, you got to do it for a while. And so it was like, there are a couple legs plays that are all right, but not until you get to past episode 1,000, pretty much.
I can't
like
even
the last couple series we did, I'm actually like, those are all right, but everything else is awful.
Have you tried being a cute anime girl online though? I've heard that works.
Not yet. That didn't exist when I started, unfortunately. I've been doing this for like 8 years at this point.
That's true! Well, compared to me, you're like my super senpai.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like at 2.5 now? 3? 2.5 or something. We're almost
You're getting there.
We're getting
growing
there.
up.
We're growing.
Real quick, let me check my channel and just search by oldest. When was the first episode? 9 years ago, my god.
Oh. If you have any words of advice from 9 years ago, Hardleg, what would you tell him?
I don't know. Because that's the thing, is like, I don't think I would have gotten here if I didn't go through all the awful, like, content creation that I did. I'd probably, I guess the one thing I would tell him is like basic audio miking stuff, because especially the first 6 months of episodes are like near unlistenable at times.
Are you just
like, we're just like, yeah, just peaking the mic constantly, too quiet, like there's no mixing, no nothing. A lot of like background noise and hum. And we were recording in a big, echoey, open room, too, so it's just, like, awful. I'd probably tell him that a little bit earlier, but everything else, I'm like, you just kind of have to learn by experience.
Okay. So it's just some audio-visual tips instead. Alright. So how did you get into streaming? Because obviously all this stuff, you did just recording with your friends or by yourself. Yeah. How did you get into this on Twitch?
People kept telling me to stream on Twitch.
Oh, it was
and
just
finally
a thing
I relented.
Everyone wanted? Okay. So how many like just people messaging on like Discord? They're like, Hardly, you gotta get on this.
It was mostly like comments and stuff.
Oh.
Especially on the earlier shows. Like What a Deck is my big solo show where I was doing Yu-Gi-Oh. And that one, it's basically like a stream, especially when I was bad at editing. I would just leave in like long stretches or whatever. It's just me like chilling out. And people would just be like, this is like a stream. I would watch this if this was a stream. Like as a video, it sucks, but this would be good. And people just kept telling me,
sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really
And they're
good.
like, you know, people will be like, I'll donate to you if you get on a stream. Okay, I guess I'll go check this out.
Okay. Do you regret it? Do you like it? How are you enjoying it?
Streaming's still weird because it's, you know, when I went into YouTube, it was specifically with the idea of turning it into a career. Like, I don't think I kind of skipped over that earlier, but it was like, you know, working fast food is awful and it doesn't pay very well.
True.
It's kind of a dead-end job.
True.
And so, you know, originally the idea was if we could do YouTube and at least get successful enough to like make minimum wage on it, that'll take less time than working like 50 hours a week at fast food and be less stressful. And then I'll have time to work on my art, which is what I like really wanted to work on.
Wait, you do art?
I had like a comic book and like a regular novel I wanted to write and a game I've been working on. I wanted to make all of those. And the idea was YouTube would leave me enough free time to do that.
Right.
So I specifically went in.
Where's the art? Where's Hardleg art? Wait, have you shared art and I have never seen it? Am I a bad Hardleg fan?
God, mate. I'm not sure if I even want to mention it because then people might go and find it.
Oh.
I did have a brief time where, when I was working on my novel, and I released some of it as like an audio novel on the channel.
Okay.
And you could go and find that there. I made like 7 episodes, and then I stopped it because it was like I couldn't keep up with it. Because that was, at the end of the day, that was the thing, is that it ended up being that if you wanted to do YouTube well enough to make a living off of it, you had to spend like 50, 60 hours and get stressed anyway. Like, it wasn't any easier than fast food. It was just more fulfilling and paid better.
Okay,
and
alright.
I am still working on some of those projects. I mean, you're in the game I started.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I'm still working on that, by the way.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks very good so far. It's very immersive. Like, it's way more in depth than I thought it was gonna. Not saying that you weren't gonna make something in depth, but like reading all the things, like all the descriptive and stuff like that. I'm just like, crap, this is a lot. Like, there's a lot going into it.
Many years in the making.
Okay, all right. Well, so you're still working on it. Some more things to come then.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm still getting. I mean, I am finally getting to that point where, like, now that I'm hiring editors and stuff, I can actually have more free time to work on the things that I want.
Right. Understood. Yeah, you can do things that you enjoy rather than just edit and right. Okay.
And that's the hope. Like, I feel like if I really wanted to try and grind, I could become like a top Yu-Gi-Oh streamer, or I could even become like a channel with like 100,000 subs, maybe even more than that. But if I put in the effort to do that, I wouldn't have the time to work on my other projects.
So
and I'd rather be like a.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. So you gotta just find that balance there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me, where I'm like, I can be a mediocre streamer and make enough to live, and then hopefully work on a novel that is, I'd rather be known for the novel than for playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
But you still at least enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh, right? It's not like you hate it or anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh's still fun.
Okay. Good. Okay, I have another random question. Do you speak any other languages? Are you a linguist?
I speak a little Latin. Well, what was it? So here's the thing. I took Latin in high school.
What the heck? Why? Did you have other options like Spanish or French, like practical options?
Yeah, well, I mean, the Spanish class in my school, because everyone considered Spanish to be the easy class, it was like overcrowded as heck.
Oh. And
I had zero interest in French. It was between German or Latin, and I was always into like history and stuff.
Right.
And I thought Latin would be more interesting. Plus, I mean, Latin's the root of like all those languages.
Right. Oh, so like if you learn Latin, it'll be easier to pick up other languages anyway, kind of thing.
Yeah, that was my idea, was like, if I learn all the Latin roots, then like if people speak German, I can kind of pick out bits and pieces of it. At least that was the theory, but I was terrible at it. Absolutely awful.
So
I've tried to take Spanish since then, and I could not learn like a single bit of it.
So you can't speak any other language?
No.
Okay.
And the thing was, I might know enough Latin to communicate, but the thing about Latin is I can't speak it because no one speaks Latin. They write it. When you take that class, they don't teach you to talk it, because if you learn Latin, the only purpose is reading old books and text and stuff. So they teach you specifically to read it, and that has like very different vocabulary. Like I don't learn like greetings and stuff, but I learn a lot of like terms about like warriors and wars and battles and politicians and stuff, because that's what people wrote about.
Can you say, what's the word for warrior? Do you remember?
I made a big deal about that I don't remember it.
How about king? Is there a word for king?
King is Rex.
Oh, like Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, Tyrannosaurus, you got Tyran, which is tyrant. And tyrant means just basically like terrible.
Oh.
It doesn't necessarily mean like a king or whatever. We use that now, but the Tyran is Tyran, and then Saurus is I think something close to lizard, and then Rex is king. So Tyrannosaurus Rex is king of the terrible lizards.
Wow, we're learning. Okay, well that's pretty good though. Okay, so you can kind of break down some words that like.
Yeah, there's a couple little goofy things that. What was it? The funny thing is, if you're familiar at all with ancient Rome, you might have heard of the Hippodrome.
Hippodrome.
Does that sound familiar at all?
I know Hippocrates. Wait, Hippocrates?
No, not quite.
No? Okay.
The Hippodrome, it was a big chariot racing place. It was like the second biggest one next to the Colosseum.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, you hear hippo, and you're like a hippopotamus? Like, kinda. The word hippo actually refers to horse. Like hippos, I believe, is horse.
What?
Or it might be something like that. But the word hippopotamus in Latin, hippo means horse, and atomos is like water.
Water horse. That's a fat
So hippo
horse.
in Latin means water horse.
That's a fat ass horse. I've never seen a horse that fat, but okay.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Also, one more fun fact.
All right.
A lot of animals in ancient Rome, they named them after like what sound they made.
Oh.
And a lot of them like, well, I can't remember the word for cat, but it sounds almost like meow. And the word for dog is like canine or like canus, because it's supposed to be like con. That was the sound they thought that dogs made, not like a grr or a bark, but a con. I remember my teacher going through like, okay, here's the word for bird, and here's the word for this, and most of them make sense until they get to owl.
It's
and
not
the word for owl is bubo.
Bubo? Bubo!
Bubo
the owl! I'm gonna write that down. I need to look this up later. Bubo the owl. Bubo. I feel like I can't forget that now. That's really fun. That's funny. I feel like if Latin, I know this makes no sense. The sentence makes no sense. But if Latin was made in Japan, our dogs would just be like called wan-wans. Wan-wan.
Wan-wan.
Our nyan-nyans.
What was it? The best extension of this, I assume you're familiar with the word barbarian.
Yeah, barbarian, yeah.
So, barbarian is a Latin word that refers specifically to people who don't speak Latin. Like the Germanic people who lived north of Italy. And they called them that because to them, that's what German sounded like. People going bar, 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 bar. That was how they made fun of German people. Where they're like, you go up there and they're just bar, 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 bar. Barbarians coming down here with their weird V language.
That's so funny. Wait, okay. So you told me earlier that you didn't do good at school. You were not a good student. But like talking to you now, I know it's been a while since high school, but you seem like you know a lot. Like, is it just you were not, like unmotivated student, or you didn't remember certain things, or just certain subjects were bad, or like what's up with that?
It was a combination of things. Some of it was just like looking back, I was very depressed in school. I didn't like being like just having to go to school, having that kind of structure. It just really like got me down. I also wasn't a morning person. Like, I'm very much a night person, so like I was just cranky all the time, every single day. Every job, even into adulthood where I have to wake up in the morning, I am just not a nice, friendly person to be around.
Okay.
So part of it was that. Part of it was like I never did homework because what what was it? I took a dumb, virtuous, just a young me who was like, I don't need to do homework. I can pass the test without it. And I could. I would get A's on, like, all my tests consistently, and I would never do the homework just to, like, spite them, to be like, I don't need your busy work. I'm going to spend my time, like, drawing or doing other, like, creative things. And the problem was, our grade was 60% homework and 40%... Oh, no, I'm sorry. 40% homework, 60% grade. So if I did no homework but aced all the tests, I still got a D.
Is D
so
passing?
Most of my grades were D's, and then if I got like a B or a C on a test, I failed the class.
Oh, so you had to get A's on. You had to pass. Okay.
Yeah. And then the final thing was that I took classes specifically to challenge myself. Like, I never took a class that I thought would be easy. I always went for, like, the hardest, most advanced things.
Okay.
So, oftentimes, I would get those classes where I would get, like, B's on the test, because I'd be like, this is very hard. It's, like, 3 years advanced of me, or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like, if I had just taken the 101 class, I probably would have aced it and at least got a D.
I see. Very interesting. I feel like we are a little different in that aspect, because I remember in college, when I was in my junior college, I took Japanese just so I can boost my grade. I needed a bump in my GPA, so I was like, I'm gonna take Japanese 101, and it was the easiest shit ever, and I loved it.
That was the thing. By the time I got to college, I sort of realized the practicality of school. There was like, school doesn't exist to actually teach you things for the most part. It mostly exists to, like, prove that you can commit to doing, like, busy work.
I agree.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. If they actually wanted to teach you things, they would teach you how to do your taxes. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I really needed to learn that in school, and they never taught me that shit, and I wish they did. I need tax lessons. God. Okay, another random question. So I get the story about the leg. What's the hat? What's the hat?
The hat?
Yeah.
So,
it's your other thing, right? It's the hard, like, and then and Joe, when you think of Joe, I think Mr. Hat. I call you Mr. Hat all the time, right?
Yeah. So the thing about that is, so you should know, if you watch those old videos, I didn't have face cam.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have face cam for the first 6 years of my channel.
6 years?
Or any camera. Yeah. Most of the content does not feature me at all. It just has my voice.
Isn't that a lot harder to grow as a channel? That's what I've heard,
Yes.
at least. Yes. Oh, wow. So you made it really far without face.
Yeah.
Ah.
And that was the thing, is like, people would always be like, why don't you want to show your face? You're pretty handsome. You're not, like, bad looking by any means. You're not an uggo. You've got, like, piercing blue eyes, and you're very animated in your movements and everything.
Yes, I agree.
And again, just like the younger me that wasn't very practical was like, yeah, I could probably do my face and be successful, but I don't want to grow on the back of, like, just looking how I look. I don't want people to follow me just because I'm handsome. I want to win them over with the content of my character.
Okay.
Which, I mean, like, yeah.
I mean, it worked to an extent, but I feel like if you knew... Okay, would you change your past self's mind back then? Would you tell him, just turn it on, dummy, or what?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that is one thing I would tell my past self, like, just go ahead. You're not gonna, like, accomplish anything, like, by not showing yourself.
Yeah, I feel like, unless you're trying to prove a point or something, like, I can still succeed without a face cam or something like that. Okay. I get it. So your hat was just, like, the thing or something, or?
Yeah, so the thing was, I didn't have the face cam for the longest time. And then when I finally did, I felt like I was, like, even though I wasn't ugly, I was kind of boring. So I wanted to spruce things up.
Okay.
And one thing I started doing on stream was I would have, like, a goal where, like, hey, let's find a hat that looks funny, and then if we reach this goal, I'll buy the hat. And so, let me see if I can actually...
I think I've seen a few of them. Yeah!
Turn this.
You have way more than I thought you did.
Yeah, I have a whole collection of, like, various kinds of hats. And the top hat was just one of them.
Uh-huh.
And the whole thing was basically every stream I would switch out what hat I wore.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes I would have a thing where I'd start with no hat or just like a baseball cap, and then whoever donated first got to choose what hat I wore. And I just noticed that whenever I wore the top hat, I got like 50% more viewers.
Okay.
And so it just became this thing where like... Oops, sorry.
No, I said, but not the Roman hat? Where's the Roman hat?
Oh, the Roman?
Yeah! The Kaiser looking... Yeah, that one.
This is actually an Austrian helmet.
Oh, Austrian.
This was the most expensive hat I wore.
Wait, how expensive is it?
It was $200.
What? Wait,
it's made of actual steel.
Is it an antique or is it just an, like, steel?
No, it's someone made it.
Wow.
But it was like made by like an actual blacksmith or whatever. It's actually metal.
Oh wow.
It's like a replica.
So you can go to war with that. Probably. Maybe.
I don't think it's like... I don't know. It's hard to say because I've never worn an actual helmet, but I feel like that helmet wouldn't protect you very much.
Well,
it's like, that's the thing, is like, it's not very thick, but it's heavy as fuck, and it's super uncomfortable. Oh. Like, if I wear that for more than 10 minutes, I have an awful headache.
Oh, okay. Let's put that for special occasions only then.
Yeah, that's what I call the hype helmet. If I get a hype train on Twitch, I'll switch over to that one.
Gotcha. Because I have seen it a few times on stream. But,
yeah,
I mean, yeah.
Once in a while I break out one of the other ones. Especially, like, lately on the ladder climbs, I've been getting thematic hats. Like, when I did the Nouvelles, I wore the chef hat.
I can't.
But yeah, that nice to, like, any streamers out there, or any people who want to do content creation. I guess my one bit is, like, just experiment with stuff. The, what they call the shotgun approach. Just throw everything to the wall and see what sticks. Because that's how I found the hat, right? Just trying a bunch of different hats and then noticing, like, people seem to like this one. And then eventually just settling on, I should wear this one all the time because it's clearly the most iconic.
Right, yeah. It's definitely one of the first things I think about you when, other than Leg and Joe.
Yeah.
It's the third
and the
thing.
Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, and the Hawaiian shirts. Yeah. Wait, that was one of my questions too, in my interview. Why do you wear so many Hawaiian shirts?
What was it? The thing about top hats is they have kind of an association with, like, rich assholes. And so I wanted a shirt that was the opposite of that. That showed, like, I'm casual, I'm fun, I may have a top hat, but I'm not, like, an aristocrat. I'm just some goofball who wears top hats and goofy shirts.
This might just be me being, like, very, like, dumb, but I thought it was because, when I think of top hats, I just think of British people. Just like, I don't know! Aristocrat, just...
Aristocrat, British people, assholes, are all kind of the same thing.
Would you like drink some tea today? I don't know how to do a British accent, but...
Would you like some tea and crumpets?
Crumpets? Please, sir. I'm so poor. Give me some tea.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Oh,
you're a Harry wizard.
You're a Harry wizard. I only know the bad version of that, so I'm not going to repeat that here, but I watched a different version of that video. Okay, I got it.
Oh, go ahead. I won't do another bit.
So, who inspires you? Is there anyone you look up to, either in this community or outside the community, another content creator, someone in your daily life? Is there anyone that you're like, damn, I want to be like them? Or just someone who's just like, their work ethic I like, or I don't know, something that you like about someone else?
I've talked about this a lot, but I suffer from negative inspiration.
What is that?
So, I don't really get there's no, like, person I look up to and I'm like, they're great, I want to be like them. I look up and I see a successful person who puts out, like, awful, absolutely shitty content, and I'm like, fuck you, I can do better than that, and that drives me to be better.
Interesting.
So most of my content stuff is like spite almost. It's like seeing other popular channels in there and being like, you know, if they can succeed, anyone can succeed. I'm at least that talented. I could do better than that.
Okay. I think I feel a little, not like as much, but sometimes I do feel the same way. Like in my case, sometimes I feel like some. I'm not gonna name names, but there's some bigger content creators. Yeah, that's what I was like, you don't want to name names. That like they maybe are very successful only because they started earlier than me, not because they are as funny or as talented or as something. Enter adjective here. But I think they got the leg up on me and they have so much more following or, you know, whatever, more viewership or whatnot because they just started the game like 5 years earlier than I did, or, you know, however many years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, the thing, timing is everything.
It is
something
very
I tell
important.
people about Yu-Gi-Oh! For the longest time, right? Pretty much until Master Duel released, it was like when I started Yu-Gi-Oh! There was almost no one in the game. So if you just had like a decent microphone, you could get some traction. People would share your videos on like Reddit or Facebook or whatever. And, like you could get around just by like having a little bit of charisma and a microphone that worked. And like kind of knowing what you were talking about.
Okay.
And then as I started to improve things, and as you started to get people like Simo and MBT and Team Samurai X especially, his production value is like crazy high now. But as they started getting better, it became more and more difficult to break into the industry, essentially. Like now it was like, yeah, if you want to start, you can't just have like a microphone and good replays. You need to be able to, like, you need to have a physical avatar of some kind. Like you need to be on camera. You need to have like transitions. Everything has to be well edited. You can't just rant for like 10 minutes. Right.
You have to be kind of funny.
Yeah, you have to bring something new to the table. And honestly, if it weren't for the fact that like until Master Duel came out, that was like the door opened, right? It was a new thing, and so a lot of new streamers, especially VTubers, like they got in because of Master Duel.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I didn't even know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Was until Master Duel. Yeah.
So I guess, were you streaming or making content before Master Duel?
I think I kind of started at the same time. And then like a couple months in, my viewers were like, you should play this new game called Master Duel. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And then they're like, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like, that card game that those dumb kids played at my school that I thought they were all nerds? Like, I don't want to play that dumb game. And then I played it and I'm like, damn, it's kind of fun.
This is kind of slaps, actually.
I hated that I liked it. I can't believe it. But yeah, like, I didn't even know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Was until basically that point. So
yeah. And that was really like, you look at Luke Von Karma's a good example. Danny, I assume you're familiar with him?
I do now know that Danny is Luke, yes.
Yeah.
For the longest time, my chat was like, oh, do you see what Danny did today? And I'm like, who the fuck is Danny? And then Luke came into my chat once, and then everyone's like, oh, Danny's here, and I was like, his name is Luke. Why are you calling him Danny? Okay, why do you name yourself Luke? If your name is, I don't know. I
don't understand. You know, I called myself Hardleg Joe specifically so people could still just call me Joe and keep it simple.
Right? Like if you're gonna give yourself a normie name, like make it at least match your IRL normie name.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it works for him.
Yeah.
But he was just a good example of like, you know, he was MBT's friend, like in real life, and he had been on a lot of his skits and everything, and they did like a series together. And he had started streaming, but he really wasn't getting a whole lot of traction until Master Duel came out, and he started doing that. And I think that's just a good example of someone who like clearly has talent, who clearly can cultivate an audience, and was just waiting for, you know, the world to change enough that he could break into things.
The timing, okay.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing about a lot of newer people, where they're like, how do I get into Master Duel? Like, can I start making content creation? I want to do what you do. And I'm like, you can try. There's always a chance you'll succeed, especially if you got an interesting idea. But 2 years in, you know, if someone wants to watch Master Duel, they probably already have like a favorite streamer and a favorite content creator.
That's true.
And unless you're gonna like blow them out of the water with how amazing you are, it's really gonna be hard to be discovered.
You gotta be very different, or you gotta do something very shocking, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that always sounds like awful to tell people, because then they're like, well, there's no hope. Why should I even try? And I'm like, you gotta try. You gotta start making stuff now, so that when the timing does hit, when the next big thing comes out or the next door opens up, you already have the like skills of an entertainer, and you can rush in and get there on that gold rush.
And you have your leg inside the door somewhere, at least at that point. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it is. I feel like sometimes as a new content creator, you do feel that dauntingness, right? You're I mean, I'm not saying that you're going against like all those big names, but in bare bones that you are kind of their quote unquote competitor, right?
Everyone's kind of competition.
Yeah, in a different way, I think. Yeah, so it is very daunting.
Yeah, especially like there's always a thing of like you've got to compete with them a little bit, but there's also like enough room for like multiple things. The thing I always tell people when they get down on that, there's a famous comic, right, where someone comes in and they've brought a cake to like a cake festival, and they see like this huge thing, and they're like, man, my cake is not nearly as good as theirs. And then like the audience comes in and they're like, oh, 2 cakes! Like all they care about is that there's more stuff for them to eat. They're not thinking about, oh, this one's better than that one. They like everything. That's
true. I feel like I'm kind of guilty of that too on YouTube. Like I'm not gonna just watch one video on like 90 Day Fiancé. I'm gonna watch like 6 of them. So it doesn't matter like which channel I'm getting it from. As long as I'm watching a video that's on that topic that I want to watch about, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely room for a lot of people on the platform, but you know, small content creators, it is still hard to kind of like step in and wedge yourself in there.
I guess the best way to think about it is like, if you want to get an audience, you've got to be like in the top 20 content creators. So it's like, you don't have to compete with one person specifically, but you have to compete well enough compared to all of them that you can at least push into that upper echelon.
I agree.
And if we're being honest, I don't think I've gotten into that echelon. I'm in this very weird spot where I'm like the biggest of the little creators or the littlest of the big creators. I don't know exactly how to describe it.
Are you in the mid zone, the medium zone?
Yeah, where it's like I think my channel just hit 60,000 subscribers.
Wow!
Which is like, oh, well, thank you.
Congrats!
But yeah, it's you know, exactly, like, when you're a smaller name, 60,000, like, whoa, and you can make a career out of 60,000. But if you look at a lot of the people who started around the same time I do, most of them are, like, over 100,000 now. They're all, like, more than double my size. A lot of them, like Simo, are, like, triple my size. They're, like, 300,000, big, huge, like, professional channel. And it's weird because sometimes I get like lumped in with them and I'm like, I don't feel like I'm on their level. They're like huge. I'm tiny compared to them. But then you get these like 5,000 sub channels and they're like, you're one of the big boys.
I feel like to me you guys are all the same. Like not saying that you guys are, you know, the same person, but like for me as a small content channel, I mean, I think I only have like 3K on my YouTube. Like everyone over like 50K, I think, I'm just like, yo, huge.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if you have 50 million, 500 million. I don't know what the biggest number is on YouTube. Like, you guys are basically 50K and above, you guys are all the same to me. Like, huge. Wow, big. Yeah. So, I guess that does make sense. Okay, I got more questions for you.
Go for it.
If you won the lottery, what would you do with that money? The money honey. The honey money.
Probably the same thing I'm doing now, just better, right?
Oh, so just hire like more editors so you can actually do like the art stuff that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
I would just work on the art stuff and I would be able to hire people to help with that as well. You know, like that. I spent all that time making the rule book for my tabletop RPG and everything, and yeah, it's there. The text is all there and everything. And I tried my best to format it, but that's not like a professional rule book. Like if you looked at like a Dungeons and Dragons or a Pathfinder or whatever, they've got tables, they've got like actual graphic designers, people making like concept art of the different character classes and stuff. And that's something like I want to get to eventually, but I feel like with where I'm at now, I can't afford to hire all that on my own dime.
Right,
I need to kind of push that out. And my plan is eventually, once I get everything up and running with that, to maybe start like a Kickstarter or even do a subathon to try to raise money to get that like professionally made. But if I won the lottery, I wouldn't have to worry about that.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so you wouldn't like invest in like, I don't know, like what I would do is invest in an apartment building, and so I would just have like passive income for the rest of my life, you know, kind of do that.
Oh, just be a dirty landlord. Yeah. I see how it is.
Listen, I think, you know, I can kind of live comfortably and I can stream and I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, like working a real job.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very tempting thing to do. But personally, I like having to work all this stuff. I'm sure I could do something, like I'd probably invest some of it somewhere. Put some like buy some stocks or something, because those can generate passive income as well. But I think at the end of the day, it's just more like, yeah, I have stuff I want to... I mean, I even have, like, I have a notebook from back when I was working fast food of just, like, all these ideas for, like, I want to start, like, a restaurant themed around this, and I want to, like, I have an idea for a movie, I have ideas for video games and stuff. There's so much stuff I want to do, and so little time and money to do it.
Fun projects. Okay, got it.
Oh, yeah.
Got it. Okay. Would you ever open a store of something? I don't know, like a store of gaming, a card store, a store for art, your art gallery, I don't know, something like that?
Like I said, I think the only thing that I had a restaurant idea. I can't remember it, and to be fair, this was so long ago, I don't think it was a good idea. But I had, basically just some kind of food store. Oh. That would probably be the closest, but I don't really want to own like something that sells merchandise of any kind.
What kind of food though? Like a grocery or like food, like a restaurant?
Like a restaurant. Specifically, I think the idea I had that might actually do something is I have a very specific way of making pizza that my mom invented.
Okay.
The Hardleg style pizza.
Okay.
I think it's really good.
Can you
Some
share?
people agree, some people not so much.
Okay.
But I really like it. I'd like to share it with people. And also, are you familiar with there's a restaurant called Raising Cane's?
Oh, the chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where their whole thing is like, right, their menu is just like 3 things. And they just do those things like really, really well and really fast. Because it's like, and I've worked at Raising Cane's and all these other fast food restaurants, and like that's you go in anywhere else and like everything's frozen. You wait for them to order it, and then you have to make it, or you make it in advance and then it sits under a heat lamp or whatever. But Cane's is like it's always fresh, it's always good, because as soon as you see someone walking, you're like, okay, we're gonna make some chicken fingers. Because that's all they're gonna order, you know. That's all we have. Right.
Yeah.
Like put chicken fingers and fries down now, and it's always fresh because you know they're gonna order some amount.
Exactly.
And if you end up throwing away 1 or 2, it's like, that sucks. But you know they get. So my idea is basically to do that with pizza, is to just make one kind of pizza, like one crust style. You get pepperoni. That's all we got. You want to take the pepperonis off? You can.
Oh,
I mean, you want cheese.
You gotta take it off yourself.
Take it off yourself.
Okay.
And just sell it, like have a drive-through where like we're constantly baking pizzas. If you want to come through and get a slice for like $2 and a soda, we'll just sell you like a couple slices.
Oh, okay. Wait,
and just make that fast food, or like, you know, you come in, you want a pizza? Sure, here you go. Here's your pizza. We're constantly baking pepperoni. We constantly have ones that are just come out of the oven, so you don't have to wait.
Okay, wait, but the real question is though, what's the special way that your mom makes the pizza? We gotta know. What's the secret sauce?
So the secret thing that she did was that she doesn't use what's it called? The regular mozzarella cheese.
Oh.
Instead, she uses Parmesan cheese, like the grated Parmesan that's like a dust. And what you do, right, is like put down the crust, wave of Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
Put down the sauce, wave of Parmesan cheese. Put down the toppings, Parmesan cheese. So you put Parmesan on like every layer, and then when you cook it, because it's not like a solid like shred of cheese or whatever, it doesn't make like a cheese layer. Like it looks like it's a pizza without cheese. It's basically like bread with sauce and pepperoni on it. But you bite into it, and cheese is baked into every bit of it. And like I personally love the taste of Parmesan, but it's also really nice to like you eat the pizza and you don't have to worry about that like cheese falling off and hitting the bottom of your lip and burning it.
Oh, okay. I definitely like to try it. I like this lasagna pizza idea.
Yeah.
The cheese layering. Okay. I want to taste it one day. Gotta try it out.
If I ever go to like a convention or whatever, I'll see if I can find some way to bake it and bring it.
Yeah, hell yeah. We gotta meet one day. I feel like TwitchCon next year.
Maybe
This year.
I don't know.
Okay.
I have to go to a YCS or something.
Oh, true. Okay. I wanna meet the leg. Are you gonna bring the leg? I feel like at this point you have no.
I'm not gonna bring the leg. There's not. I mean, I'll bring Critter.
Okay.
Say hi to Critter.
Yeah, bring Critter. I like Critter.
Everyone likes Critter. I'll bring Critter, and I have a box that I've been meaning to like get rid of that's just full of like bulk Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh.
And, like I'm sure people will want stuff signed, and even if they don't want stuff signed, I could be like, here, you want some cards? They're not good, but you can have them. It's just free cards.
Yeah.
Stand out free cards to everyone.
I have like a box of just like stuff, like cards that I just have. I'm like, these are useless. I'm never gonna use them. I don't even know what most of these do, but I'm pretty sure they're garbage.
Yeah, I went through for a while. Part of my channel was that I would do pack openings.
Oh.
I would like once a month. I would buy. That was like early Patreon thing when I was trying to get people. It was like if you're a $5 patron, you can claim a card from my pack openings, and I'll like sign it and send it to you in the mail. So you get a free card every month.
Did they ever claim like a $30 something cool card or anything like that?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, that's epic.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. There's a couple people who got like the Cyber Dragon Infinity when it was like a $50 card or whatever.
Holy moly.
But I feel like that was the thing, is like enough people joined at the $5 level that it was making up for the fact that I spent $80 or whatever on the box of cards.
Oh, right.
And then what happened is I had a super fan who's a doctor who lives in Hong Kong.
Oh.
And he liked the box openings a lot. And he was like, have you ever opened OCG cards? And I was like, no. But I had a P.O. box then, and he sent me like a box of like the newest unreleased set in Japanese.
Oh.
And he would just send one of those every month because he just liked to see the openings or whatever. Whoa. So that was a lot of people like to see like, oh, I got a Halka Fibrax in Japanese before it released in America.
Oh, that's cool. I never even thought about like trying to get OCG cards because they're not usable here. But I guess it's just for collectible, right? Collecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's just something nice to do. But as a result, I have like boxes and boxes and boxes of cards.
Oh, you must have a lot.
And because I'm a very like organized person, I alphabetize them.
Oh, like by card? So like the ashes are in the front and the I don't know what's a Z card. A Z card is in the back.
Zany Zebra.
Zany Zebra.
Yeah, it's just like I've got a box like here. It's like A through D, and it's just all in like a big, huge box, just going down rows of stuff. And I've got like 10 boxes. I saved up so that I had a play set of every card, and everything that I already had a play set of, I put in that bulk box.
Oh, wow. So you must have a lot of bulk then. Okay.
I do. I have a big crate of bulk. That's why I was like, someday I'll give this away. Someday. I'll probably give away the regular card because I haven't played in real life in forever.
Yeah, do you play at your locals or do you play with cards ever?
No. I did for a short time, but the store that was doing locals near me like went out of business.
Oh.
And there's there were 2 stores that were doing it. There was the smaller one that went out of business, and there's a bigger one, but. And to be fair, I've never been there. Maybe it was just stories or whatever. But it had a reputation for like more than one person had been like mugged in the parking lot, where they specifically like beat them up and stole their cards.
What the fuck? Okay. Oh.
And then the people who ran the store were very much like guy got beat up, said that his deck got stolen, came back. Reported it, and they're like, they stole my deck, here's the exact cards or whatever. And then the next day, someone would come up, like, with those exact cards in the box he described and be like, I want to sell these to the store.
Oh.
And they'd be like, well, we can't prove that these are his cards.
Oh.
And they would just, like, buy them. So it was like, there was not only was there a crime problem, but the store was, like, actively incentivizing it. Because they were like, yeah, if you steal someone's cards, unless you have like a video of them doing it, we can't prove it. So we're just gonna buy whatever, no questions asked.
I don't like that.
No, that's why I didn't go there.
Fair enough. Would you ever want to like play at a YCS though?
I think I'd like to try. I don't think I would do very well. I've played online simulators too much. I'm not sure I know how to communicate with people anymore.
That's true. See, that's my number one fear of like playing either at locals or wherever. Like, I won't know what certain cards do because the yellow glowy button is telling me I can or cannot do things. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's certain times where you can Ash. You're like, this is a quick effect, so I can do it now. Or like, because the Master Duel is just like, yellow glowy button. Okay, you want to do this right now? You can, It keeps reminding me. And so, like, if I'm playing with regular cards, I have to actively, like, remind myself, oh, it's only on my turn. Or,
I've played enough of the regular game, and I also, early in my career, I made a bunch of videos that were, like, explaining the rules. And when you have to, like, explain the rules in a video, like, from a judge perspective, like, really complex breakdowns of, like, here's what the different punctuation marks mean in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Right.
It really, like, I've got an understanding where, like, I'm not really afraid of breaking the rules. My problem was always, I was too polite. Like, I'd be there at locals or whatever, and I'd be playing, and someone would make, like, an obviously wrong move, and I'm like, I don't want to make a fuss or anything.
Oh, so you wouldn't be like, hey, so you can't do that. Oh.
I would just let people cheat. Because I would be too, like, I'd be like, I don't want to ruin their day or anything.
They think that's the way it works. Let me play against you. I want to cheat. Let me cheat. Oh, okay. I get it.
No,
okay.
That's what, if you were my friend, I would tell you. But it's like, especially like just random people.
All right.
The younger they are, the more nervous they seem, the less I'm likely to be like, yeah. And the worst thing, right, is I remember one time I was playing against someone who was like, maybe not a kid, but they were like 15, 16 when I was like 20. So they were like much younger than me. And they're like, they start out by like summoning like a super heavy samurai in face-up defense position.
Oh.
And I was like, this was back when super heavy were awful too. He like does that, and then he plays like Swords of Revealing Light. And I'm like, okay, well he's messing up, but he clearly doesn't know what he's doing, so I'm not going to correct him. And then like 4 turns in, he manages to do like this huge synchro combo and like completely devastate me. And I'm like, I shouldn't have given them those 3 turns with swords. I should have, but I can't do it now that he's proven he's competent.
Yeah. He was playing you the whole time.
Oh.
That's funny. Okay. So if there was a local shop near you that wasn't dangerous, you would possibly go and play some local games, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, I might not even then, because I already play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like 3 days a week, and I don't really want like a 4th day. I got other stuff I could do.
But you can play other stuff, because I feel like the 3 days of the week, you're usually doing your lateral crime, right? So you're playing like a certain deck. And I feel like Master Duel meta and TCG meta is, well, I mean, right now it's the same, but sometimes it's different. Because the cards come out or something.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, there was, it's very rare that like I play a deck that it's so good that after the ladder climb's over, it's like, oh man, I want to keep playing that.
Okay.
Goaty Runic was like the exception. For like a month after that, I was like seriously considering buying a deck. Like, can I find some way to play this in the TCG? It's stronger in the TCG because the Bestials aren't banned. But other than that, for the most part, it's like, no, I get to play a new deck every month, so I don't really get tired of it.
Okay,
like, if I have a deck that I don't like, I only have to put up with it for a month, and then I get something new.
What was your least favorite deck in your ladder climb? I know you did the Galaxy Eyes, and I know you well, I don't know if you hated it, but I know you lost a lot.
Yeah.
But, like, what was your, like, genuinely least favorite and your most favorite? Besides Runic, the Runic
Goaty. Yeah, that's probably
that
still
What's
the
your
most
favorite
fun.
and your least favorite?
Least favorite, it's probably the Galaxy Eyes.
Nah,
it just wasn't that interesting.
Wait, was it boring to play?
Yeah. They can't... The problem with them is that, like, they have a win condition, but it's just, like, summon the big monster that attacks real hard.
Yeah.
And so there wasn't, like, anything you could do with it. Like, I played Cosmo. That was close to being, like, one of the worst decks. That was, like, awful to play. But there's, like, 30 different ways to play Cosmo. So once I got to, like, 4 streams in, and I realized I wasn't going to get, like, any farther, I was like... Fuck it, let's play Fire King Metal Foe Cosmo.
Wait, is Cosmo the Wizard of Oz? Jedi?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Star Wizard of Oz.
The Star Wizard of Oz. Alright, wait, what was your favorite? That's not the Goaty.
I have so much fun with, like, a lot of decks. I mean, that's the thing about me, is I can enjoy, like, almost everything. And oftentimes the stuff that, like, is newer sticks with me. So it's like, I've had a lot of fun with Snake Eye. I don't think Snake Eye is my favorite, but the Chef deck was a lot of fun.
Oh, Burger!
I had a lot of fun with Generator. Generator can do a lot of really neat plays, and it's nice to be able to, like... If you're unfamiliar with Generator, their boss monster, like, vacuums things up as Ixies. And there's something about turning stuff into Ixie material where it's like, no, you not negate, you become Snake now! I will devour you in the world, Serpent!
Alright.
So Generator was pretty fun, Chef's was pretty fun. Crystron's used to be my favorite deck before Goaty, that was pretty fun. I really like Libromancer. It's hard to pick just one.
Okay, so you enjoy most of your climbs, most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The vast majority of them are fun in some way or another. And there's a lot that are like, you know, it depends on what day I'm feeling. Sometimes I'm just like, ooh, I'd like to play some Libromancer. And some days it's more like, no, let's break out the Fossil Adamanticators.
I think it's really cool because you get to learn and touch like so many different decks. Because I'm not saying I'm stuck, like I'm kind of pigeonholing myself at this point, but I only know like 5 decks kind of well, and then the rest I'm just like, I don't know what the heck's going on, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like you learning, well, you kind of, I don't want to say you force yourself to learn, but you kind of force yourself to learn a new deck every month, and I think that's really neat.
Yeah, and I would recommend that if you can afford it, because that's the best way to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! Is to just learn as many decks as possible. Because then you just start seeing like, you know, well, not only do you know a deck like, oh, I run into Valence, I've played this before, I know where the choke points are, because I've been ashed there and have to pass 8 times. So you like, it's so easy to just be like, oh, okay, I know exactly where to ash to stop this.
Right.
But not only that, but like after you play like 5 or 6 decks, you eventually get to a point, or not 5 or 6, but you know, 100 decks or whatever. You get to the point where like Snake Eyes comes out, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's like an advantage deck. They float off the graveyard. Like, after I seen them once, I kind of put together, okay, they're kind of like Burning Abyss in a way, but like more advanced, and yeah, I can figure this out.
Yeah, I think for me as a person that I kind of still want to say I'm still new to Yu-Gi-Oh! It's very hard and daunting to pick up a new deck and just figure it out myself, you know? So I usually end up asking someone else, like, just give me the bread and butter. What is the main combo? What do I do here? Like, you know, if it's Sword Soul, how do I get Moye out of my hand? Like, how do I get Moye out of the deck? Like, what am I doing? So So.
And that's why I think YouTube's like a great resource for that. If you want to find out a deck, you just got to go look it up, figure it out. There's resources for like everything you could want to play. There's someone who will explain the combos for you.
True. Okay, so I have more questions.
Go for it.
Are you an alcohol person? Do you
Nope.
drink alcohol? No, not at all. At a party,
Not at
socially,
all.
beer?
Nope.
No. Some
I
wine
think-
in your soup when you cook it?
I think the last time I had alcohol was like 8 or 9 years ago.
Oh.
I was with my girlfriend at the time, and my dad was playing music at a bar, and she was like, I want to order alcohol, and it would be weird if I was the only one drinking. So I got like a rum and Coke, and I sipped on it. But I just have like no interest in alcohol.
Oh. Cool. All right. You can be our designated driver.
Always.
I'm just kidding. I don't drink anyway.
Oh, you don't drink either?
No, I can't. I'm severely like allergic, basically.
Oh.
I sip it and I turn bright red and then I go to bed. I can't. Like my body just cannot digest, function. Not sure what it is, but it's just can't.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, last time
I'd trade if I could. I don't even want it.
Yeah, I had half of Mike's hard lemonade and I passed out. So it was great.
Lightweight. That's the thing about me. It's like if I wanted to drink, I'd probably be so good at it because I'm half Irish and half German. I'm like a big, huge, like 300-pound guy. It's like I could probably put away so much. Just no interest.
Are you allergic to anything? Any allergies? Can we poison you with anything one day, perhaps?
Mold. I'm like allergic to that, but not in a way that's like interesting. It's just like it's not like if I touch mold, I'll like my throat will close up or anything. I just have like a worse react if like the mold is high in the if it's one of those like mold high days in the air or whatever, my nose gets stuffy.
Oh, okay. No food things though?
Nope. Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay. So I know you're a musician.
You almost said magician.
Magician.
I do have the top hat.
Wait, can you do magic? Do you
I
know
do know a couple magic tricks, but most of them involve like cards, and I don't have a deck on me.
Okay, so you are a magician.
I did study magic when I was like a youngin'. I know a couple magic tricks.
All right, one day you'll have to show us.
Yeah. I've got a real cool one that involves burning a card.
Oh.
But I've only performed it like 4 or 5 times because I can rarely find someone who has a deck of cards, and I'm like, I could do a really cool magic trick, but you have to let me burn it. And they're like, no, I need this. I can't let you burn one card. That's gonna ruin my deck of cards.
All right, I'll bring a set of just a random deck of cards when we meet, so you can burn it for me.
Okay.
Okay. So I know you're a musician. Who's your favorite singer? Do you have a favorite artist or like a favorite genre, perhaps?
I mean, genre. I'm a big like rock guy in general. I like all the different genres of that. I don't think there's a specific one that I like the most. And even outside of that, I'm like cool, but it's just like, you know, I can't listen to that much like rap or like classical music. I prefer stuff that has like drums. As for like favorite singer
or group,
yeah, that's kind of a hard one to just pick one. But if I had to pick one that like most people probably haven't heard of, or if they have heard of them, they're like, I think I've barely heard of them. It's Dream Theater.
Dream Theater.
Dream Theater's my favorite, like, you know, most people don't know about this band.
Alright guys, put it on your Spotify list right now. Dream Theater, look it up.
Yeah, check out Octavarian. It's only like 48 minutes long.
So, you sometimes send me like the weirdest, wackiest recommendation of music. Like, where do you find that stuff? Like the one about the dog. Do you remember the dog one? The police dogs?
Oh, Dog Police?
Yeah, Dog Police.
Dog Police.
Yeah,
what are you looking for? Dog Police.
Where the
Nobody
crap do you
knows who
find
you
those?
are.
And then, or like, Glorb, like the SpongeBob
Glorb?
one.
Glorb was just trending on Twitter. Like I just found him.
Okay.
I think Moist Critical talked about him too, so he's like pretty popular.
Oh, okay.
Dog Police I know because there's a YouTuber I follow called Todd in the Shadows. Have you heard about him?
No, I don't. I watch very weird YouTube, and I don't know most of the popular people. Unfortunately,
he's not super popular. He's unique in that. Are you familiar with that guy with the glasses? The Nostalgia Critic?
Oh, no.
So, before YouTube really took off, there was a website called That Guy with the Glasses, and they had the Nostalgia Critic and a bunch of other reviewers who kind of like pretty influential in that community. People might know Spoonie, Link Cara of Atop the Fourth Wall, who reviews comic books, Phalis, Obscurus Lupa. There are a whole bunch of like really cool people on that channel. And then as YouTube kind of took off more and more, they kind of fell into obscurity, except for maybe the Nostalgia Critic. I think he's the only one who like made the transition to YouTube. Him and Todd in the Shadows. Todd somehow was like a small name there and is still going strong on YouTube. Somehow has more of a following there. He's not like hugely successful, but he's just like still trucking along. And his thing was reviewing music. Big music guy. At the time, he used to review like singles. Like every week, he'd talk about this new song that came out. And now he's like more of a historian. He has a show called One Hit Wonderland, where he's just like, we're gonna look at the full career of a band or artist that's only known for one song. And he'll do stuff where like, you know, he'll take a song like, oh, you've heard Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm. Let's look at everything else they've done. And he'll go in depth where I've read their biography and I watched this documentary about them. And a lot of like weird, obscure music stuff that I hear about is just like him talking about like, oh yeah, there was this like really popular movement in the 80s of like avant-garde techno music, and they were really influenced by this or that. And yeah, that's where I heard about Dog Police.
Okay,
Sorry, I went on a long rant there.
No, it's good. But like, where do you hear about Big Oily Butt?
That's another thing from Moist Critical. He was the one who showed me that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That, and I think Nanners did a cover of that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about it until you showed it to me, and I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. That one's a goofy one. Yeah, and it's a lot of it. It's just all over the place. Just talking to other people about music. Todd's the only like historian kind of guy that I listen to who might like know an actual something, and everything else is just mostly talking to other people and asking them what kind of music they like.
Okay. So I know you play the drums. How did you get into that? And are there other instruments do you play?
How did I get into playing drums? Rock Band, the video game.
Oh, you learned... Wait, you can learn playing the drums by playing the video game?
Yes, that's exactly how I learned.
Oh.
I bought that. I was big into Guitar Hero, and then when Rock Band came out, I was like, oh, even more exciting. And I learned to play all the, like, plastic instruments, but unlike guitar, like, what was it? The Guitar Hero guitar is about the equivalent of playing, like, a one-string guitar. Like, it's nothing close to an actual guitar, other than maybe getting some finger dexterity.
Okay.
But when it comes to drums, it's like, it's almost one for one. Like, you're hitting the same drums that they hit. Most drum kits only have 5 or 6 pieces or whatever.
Wow.
And so I played that, and I got really into it, played it for about 2 years, and then just had some extra money for my birthday one year and bought a really cheap actual drum set, and started playing that. And then my dad has always been musical. He's like a guitar guy, and he and a bunch of his old buddies started like a band, and then the drummer like got sick and couldn't play anymore. And they're like, we need a drummer, and we got a thing in like a month. Can you fill in? And I was like, Yeah, I could probably figure that out.
Oh shoot! So you filled in. Damn. Okay.
I started filling in, and then I basically played with them for 3 years.
Oh wow.
And that was like practicing every week and having gigs every month. And it was never like anything big. It was just playing at like local bars, and we did exclusively covers, just playing old classic rock and country songs and stuff.
Wait, in another life, could you have been a musician? Mayhaps?
I think so. If I had started with drums earlier, or if like my dad tried so hard to teach me guitar, and I just could not learn it for the longest time until what was it? There was a game called Rocksmith, which is kind of like Guitar Hero, except you play by plugging in an actual guitar. And that like I wouldn't say I play guitar because I'm way out of like practice now, but like I know enough that like I could play some basic stuff, that and the bass.
Oh wow, okay. Alright, it's never too late. I believe. Yeah. You can add it to the list of stuff that you can do.
That I can kind of do.
Yeah.
I can play the piano. I took some lessons through not lessons there's a YouTube series of like learn the piano, 500 part set. And I made it through like lesson 50 or something.
Wait, that's pretty good though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's hard to learn without a physical teacher. That's just me though. I'm more of like, not I need someone next to me, but it's like easier to like learn by like physically watching, not just like watching a video, if you know what I mean. So yeah. When I learned piano, like I mostly had like group lessons and things like that.
I find that the thing for me about learning like through these video games is the fact that like, you know, when I play a drum song on Rock Band, you know, I have the game there to tell me like, you missed 18 notes. Here are the exact notes you missed. You hit 97% or whatever. So I know how much I failed, but I never feel like I'm like wasting their time or being annoying or whatever. It's like I could just play the same song over and over again until I get it right.
Interesting. Wow.
That one of the weird things about me, probably the reason I'm not good at learning other languages, is for whatever reason, like English is just locked into my head. I'm very good at like speaking English and writing English and stuff like that. So when people tried to teach me music and they were like, this is an A chord and a B chord, like I just couldn't like wrap. I was like, those are letters, they're not sounds. I can't convert like alphabet into music for whatever reason. And it wasn't until I learned there's a math notation for music, especially playing guitar, where it's like numbers instead of letters. And that was just like, click, perfect, now I understand it, thank you. Why didn't you tell me there was a number way to do it the whole time?
Would it have been easier for you to learn like the do, re, mi, fa, sol like way instead? That way it's like more notes instead of like a letter, right?
I don't think so, because I still would be thinking of it as like an English word.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's very like, for me that's hard to, I don't want to say that's hard to understand, but like for me it's very different because I grew up with Japanese and English in my stuff. So I guess like just learning, I don't want to say music is another language, but just learning something like that, I never even thought about that before.
Yeah.
That it would be hard.
Well, that's
for
a lot
other
of
people
people's
to grasp.
music is just another language. It's a way, like, if you've got people who don't speak the same language, you can communicate stuff through, like, instrumental pieces if you know how to read music.
Yeah. Wow. Do you have any hidden talents or hobbies? Like, the magic thing. That was a hidden talent for me. I had no idea. You know what else is a hidden talent?
I'm not very good at magic. I know, like, 2 tricks.
It's still a hidden talent! No?
I'm not sure how well this will turn out on camera, but I can do this.
I don't know what's going on. You're snapping your fingers and you're smacking your fists together.
Yeah.
Wait, what is that? Okay, I only heard the last snap.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe it's a sound thing.
It's not showing up over the microphone.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm like looking around my house like, do I do other stuff?
Are you a good swimmer? Can you can sing? I know you can sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I sang and played the drums in the band, at least like half, not by half, like a fourth of the songs or whatever. So I guess I could sing pretty good. I don't know, singing's so weird because like half the time I sing, I'll get people be like, "Whoa, Joe can really sing," and the other half I'll get comments like, "Please, for the love of God, stop singing. You can't sing."
They're just picky. They're just mean.
They're just picky.
They're just mean.
Yeah, I feel like I've got a very specific voice. You either love it or you hate it.
See, like one of my hidden talents, if I can share, is I can pick things up with my feet. Like a monkey, kind of. Just like, I'm very good at just picking things up with my toes and my feet, just like in general. Like, they're basically like another set of hands. Like, for me, my parents, they're like, you, good job.
Yeah.
they're not proud of it, but I'm like, look, Mom, look what I can do, and they're just like, that's nice. Yeah.
I guess I'm not sure if many people know it, and I mean, I've talked earlier about like being able to write, so I do write a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I write scripts and stuff. And I think I mentioned before I used to draw a lot in school. I'm like a decent artist. Let me see if I can get this. Like I got this painting, or not painting. This is like colored pencil.
You drew that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice little like red skeleton. That's my friend's, but like, and I painted that one. Good old Satan standing on a rooftop or whatever.
Wow. Wait,
Yeah.
I have to invite you now when we play like Gartic Phone.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
Wow. Okay. Wait, so what do you think of my drawings then? In your artistic opinion, I feel like you've seen a few of my beautiful artworks. No comment.
I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think I have seen very many of your.
Okay.
No.
I literally drew you and the Pokemon Jinx together, I think. Do you remember that?
I don't. I think I blocked it from my memory. I don't think I want to have seen that one.
I can't believe it! I can't believe you think it was that bad! Okay, alright, I get it. I get it. Fine. Fine. I get it. It's okay, guys.
I seem to remember that. I mean, have you had any, like, artistic training or anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
I am absolute dog water. It looks like a child, like a 2-year-old drew it. That's me. It's okay. I accept it. It's a drawing only a mother could love, if you know what I mean. You know.
I mean, there's still like some skill to being able to like frame things properly and like get things like even with like really simple cartoon drawings.
Okay.
I can't remember if you were one of those people who was like, oh yeah, clearly she knows what she's doing. She's just doing a simplified drawing. Or if it was just like, oh, it's one of those.
Oh, yeah. No comment. All right, moving on. So I know you have like a book club or something like that, right? Or not a book club, but like a book thing. Like you like reading, or can you talk about book?
Big old stack of books right here. But it's yeah, I had a literature channel.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was.
I haven't uploaded anything this year. I'm trying to decide if I should quit that channel entirely or come up with a different idea for it. But for about 3 years, we had a monthly book club where we'd read a book every month. Usually it was like just me and a friend, and then I would obviously, you know, if you're on the Discord or whatever, if you read the book, you can comment as well. And then we would just like talk about it, and then we uploaded that onto YouTube. And I was hoping to get, you know, it was one of those things where I've always liked reading, and I was hoping to turn it into a channel the same way, because I know it's BookTube, kind of like early YugiTube. Like, as long as you have a microphone and a camera, you could make BookTube content. There's not like a whole lot of competition there. But we were just never able to break into it. I think because we didn't keep up with like newer books. And we only put out like one video a month, even if they're like 2 hours long or whatever. That's still not enough for most people.
I need you to like review Twilight or something for me.
I don't want to read Twilight.
Listen, I feel like that episode would go so hard. I would watch the crap out of that episode.
If you want to see me reviewing something bad, our most popular episode on that channel, the only one that's still getting more views, is we read Empress Teresa.
Empress Teresa.
You haven't heard of this?
No. What kind of book is that?
Chat, are you familiar with Empress Teresa?
Is it? Hold on.
Go ahead, Google Empress Teresa. I'm not sure you can put it up on stream. Just look at the cover.
Oh my! I'm gonna read just a one-sentence review. The greatest book ever written, with the finest character ever created, and her wholesome, enthralling adventures. Why is Taylor Swift so popular? Girls want to be Taylor Swift. They will also want to be Teresa.
Yeah.
Oh. See, that's what I'm saying. I think you have to review bad books. Yeah. I think that's the sauce. I think the next book in your series should be Twilight, for sure, 100%.
I guess that's the other thing is maybe if we reviewed, because that's shown if you look at our most popular episodes, what was it? It's bad books. Because we used to, every April, we would do a bad book. And then the Halloween episodes, the horror episodes, although those had MBT as a guest host. So maybe it's because he was there, I don't know. But that's the only thing that people really seemed to enjoy, was us talking about awful books and us talking about horror. And it was just I like those, but not enough to make a whole channel out of it.
Okay. Well, if you do upload one, I hope it's a bad book. Another bad book. There has to be more bad books out in the wild, so.
Yeah, I mean, I did one where I read Chuck Tingle. Are you familiar with Chuck Tingle?
No. Who is Chuck Tingle?
Go ahead, just again, do another Google search.
Should another do a Google search? Who's Chuck Tingle?
Chuck Tingle. Do the image and just read one of the titles that comes up.
Okay. Oh my god. Nice guy dinosaur doesn't pound me in the butt because I'm not interested and he's not actually nice. He's just annoying and creepy and doesn't respect my boundaries when I tell him we're not on a date. What is this? Wait, is this real books?
Yeah.
Wait, what are they marketed towards men? Is it a woman book? Wait, I'm confused. Is the main character the dinosaur or the other guy that's on the cover?
It depends from story to story. I mean, we read the Space Raptor Butt trilogy, and that 2 of the stories were from men who fell in love with dinosaurs, and 1 was from the perspective of the dinosaur.
Wait, listen, there's another one. Living inside my own butt for 8 years, starting a business and turning a profit through common sense reinvestment and strategic targeted marketing. What is this? Okay, I'm interested. You have opened my eyes to a whole new genre, and I'm really into it right now.
Yeah, that's all of these books. They are real, but most of them are 7-8 pages long. They're very short.
I mean, I will read all of them at that point.
Yeah, and they're strange because I will warn you, they are gay erotica.
Oh!
They have explicit sex scenes in them.
Oh!
But they also, in their short time, managed to be really interesting, experimental fiction. Here, 1 second. Let me go grab off the shelf one of the ones I read real quick.
Hardleg has a hard copy of it. I can't believe it. We're gonna get a reading, you guys. Aren't you excited? We're gonna get a reading of a Chuck Tingle novel. I'm so into this. I can't believe this. These titles are so wild, by the way. The physical manifestation of Wordle pounds my butt as a slightly frustrating but ultimately rewarding and meditative daily routine. Why is it? Oh my god, these are wild.
Yeah, so here we go. We got the Space Raptor Butt trilogy.
Butt trilogy! Okay, how many men are involved in this? Are there 3 men?
In this one, yeah, every story is like its own individual thing.
Oh.
There's 3 different stories. And then we read A Pound a Day Keeps the Butt Okay.
I just
7
love how
hardcore tales of physical manifested days of the week.
I just love how the titles are literally like 2 sentences long.
Yeah.
They're not just like, hello. You know, it's not just like, On the Hook, a novel by Amin Hardleg.
Yeah.
It's like a whole sentence.
Well, the thing about this is not 1 book. This is 7 books.
Oh, in one? Oh, because it's
Yeah.
7 days a week?
Yeah, and the name of the books are Monday Pounds Me in the Butt, Tuesday Pounds Me in the Butt, Wednesday, and so on.
Wait, at this point, I feel like they're just literally, it's not a joke to them. I feel like they're like seriously writing about butts and poundings. Or is it like a satirical thing?
So here's the thing, like, to explain, like, one thing, like, Monday Pounds Me in the Butt, right?
Okay.
It's this story where, like, a guy's, he's, like, a press photographer, and he's going to this big Hollywood gala, and there's all these celebrities there, and one of the celebrities is Monday. And it's not a guy named Monday, it is, like, the physical manifestation of Monday. Like, he is Monday.
Okay.
And they talk about, like, yeah, like, he starts every week. Like, a lot of people don't like him, but he's very important to productivity and stuff like that. Like, it's very strange. They talk about Monday as if he's a person. And they describe Monday as, like, you know, being this big, hunky man. And, you know, he talks to them, and for a lot of the book, it's almost just like... It's almost as if someone made a story where the characters were like personified versions of the day. Like, they based the character after the idea of Monday and made it a person. And he's talking to them, and they like get together and they hook up, and then they have like crazy gay sex or whatever.
Okay, well, I kind of get it though. I kind of get it, because I feel like if I would have to rank the hotness factor of each day of the week, Saturday would be the hottest. Because that's the day.
Saturday is the hottest.
Yeah, because that's the day I look forward to the most. Right?
Yeah, and then like that's the thing. The interesting like writing exercise about it is like afterwards I'm like, I've seen so many stories where like you have 4 characters and they're like based after the elements, you know? They're like, oh, this guy's got a fiery hot temper, but this guy is like the earth, you know, he's strong and sturdy. Even if they don't actually say it, it's like, oh, you could tell they kind of themed them after these ideas. I've never seen like a team of 7 based after the days of the week. Where like Sunday's really exciting and handsome, and like Sunday's super chill or whatever, and Monday's like, we need to get down to business. It's time to work. And then Tuesday's like his second in command or whatever, and then Wednesday's like the meat guy that no one cares about. And I'm like, that's such an interesting idea. And what's weird, right, is that, like, you know, most of these stories are like, they meet them, they introduce them, they have this neat idea, and then they like, have their encounter, and they go their separate ways. But then, like, the Thursday one is, like, they meet on a Wednesday, and they go out and they have this encounter, and Thursday's like, I really must go, it's almost me, and they're like, please, just stay one night. And he's like, okay, I'll stay with you. And Thursday stays, and then like they're laying in bed afterwards, and the sun like starts to rise, and then it fucking explodes, and all of reality dissolves, and all of the universe is erased because Thursday wasn't there and linear time was collapsed.
I'm so dead. Okay, I kind of really want to get into this now. Wait, I'm gonna go just find the whole Chuck Tingle like library and just go devour every single one of their books.
I think my favorite of his, he has one because almost everyone who sees his books are like, are these real books? He has a story called Pounded in the Butt by the Idea That My Books Aren't Real Books but Are Just Funny Covers Created to Be Memes.
Oh! Wow! That's actually kind of surprisingly deep.
Yeah.
In like a very odd way.
it's very the universe of the Tingle-verse, as he calls it, has a lot of interesting little things in it. The people who have dived are like, yes, it's mostly just gay sex, but there's some like underlying world building here. There's lore that goes deep.
Yeah, there is lore. Oh my god. Okay, I'm into this. Okay, all right.
See, you never knew what you could learn from books. You thought they were all boring, and here's interesting books everywhere.
Yeah, you guys all need to just read Chris Tingle right now. Or Chuck Tingle, excuse me. Chuck Tingle. Find Chuck Tingle.
While I'm showing goofy books, by the way. This is not Chuck Tingle, but just one little thing.
Pause and Effect. A magical cat mystery. Wait, are the cats the main character?
Yeah. The cats solve a murder. It was what I saw this. I was like, oh, what is this? Like a little children's book? I found this at Goodwill. And then I open up to the first page, and it's like this noir description of like a dead body laying in a playground, like slung over a swing. And it's very gritty and like specific, like, you know, his pale hand hung limp, drained of blood, the huge gash across his like forearm or whatever. And then it's like, you know, Nibbles stopped looking at the bird he was eating and paid attention to the claw marks.
So
I'm like,
actual,
this is not for kids.
Cat detectives.
This is cat detectives.
Oh, that's kind of cute and horrifying at the same time.
I'm interested to see what it turns out to be.
Oh, that's what you're reading right now?
Not yet, but that's my idea for the literature channel. If I come back to it, my girlfriend is really into Goodwill, and I've just been picking up random shit at Goodwill for like $1 that like I've never heard of but looks interesting. And I want to do a thing where I'm like, Goodwill books or bargain bin books. I'm just like, I read 7 books that I found at Goodwill, and here's what they're about, and just like review all of them.
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting idea. But the hardest question though, if you do find a Chuck Tingle book for $1, will you please buy it for me and send it to me?
I mean, if you want a Chuck Tingle book, you could buy the physical ones for like $2 or whatever on Amazon.
Oh, they're that cheap?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
They're super thin, you know. They're like, you know, it's like 5 Magic Cat mysteries.
But my existence got pounded into me through my butt. I don't know.
Okay. The book I'm reading right now, by the way, maybe you've heard of this one.
Oh, wait, it's a book?
Yeah.
I thought it was a video game.
People are like, Rainbow Six is a book? Yeah, it's based on a book.
Wait, some
and it's
guy...
fucking a doorstop. It's huge.
Who is Tom Clancy?
He's a writer who used to be in the Air Force, and he like knows a lot about the CIA and stuff.
Oh, okay. So wait, he writes himself's name on the book. So it's not Rainbow Six Siege by Tom Clancy. It's Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, right?
That's one of the weird things about it's not just like Tom Clancy that does this. If you buy a Stephen King book, it'll have Stephen King in bigger letters than like the title of the book.
Oh.
That's just one of those weird things they do with books for one reason. Because I guess like the authors are more important than the story.
I mean, okay, all right.
I don't
know. Okay, I mean, okay, yeah, okay. That's interesting. Yeah. I thought it was very funny. That blows my mind that it was a book before it was a game.
Yeah, and it became not just a video game, but a series of video games.
Yeah, and it all has his name on it too, because it also says Tom Clancy's Rainbow Siege 6. So I thought Tom Clancy was the main character of that video game. I've never played it. I've never played the video game, so obviously I don't know anything about it. I just know it's a shooter game, and that's all I know about it. But I thought it was Tom Clancy was the main character, and you're like basically playing as James Bond or something in the video game, and you're shooting people.
No.
The more I know.
Not quite. It's. I won't go into it.
Okay.
It's a whole long thing.
Okay. The more I know. All right. Cool.
Yeah. You can learn about Rainbow Six and Tom Clancy somewhere else.
Okay. I'll get that TED Talk on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, what is something you are proud of? Like, what is the you know, if you had to look back in your career of 9 years? 9 years. 9 years of content creation, what is your like, what is your like, damn, I did good here? Or like, you know, that maybe that one video you're like, I think this video is the Tom's tits. I don't know.
The Tom's tits? Usually it's just the tits, so you just got Tom Clancy on the mind.
I have Tom Clancy on my mind right now.
Yeah, oh...
Or just anything in general, like your Twitch channel, or maybe just how far you've come on your YouTube channel, anything.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm proud of the fact that I made a, like, I made a channel or whatever that I can live off of and everything.
Yeah,
I was able to afford a house, like, that's cool and everything.
I can't do that, so...
Yeah, not yet, but you will.
Here's hoping, here's hoping.
Oh wait, you live in California, right?
Yeah, so I won't.
Yeah, never mind, you won't.
I'll move to like Texas or Florida or something, and then maybe I will. We'll see.
No. You gotta move out to the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere? Where's the middle of nowhere? Kansas?
Kansas, probably. I don't know, it's weird because, like, I don't feel like Missouri is, like, the middle of nowhere. Like, St. Louis is a town that most people, like, kind of heard of. It's like Minneapolis or,
like barbecue?
Barbecue?
Like St. Louis? Is that a barbecue thing? St. Louis barbecue? No? Am I crazy?
I don't think so.
Oh, never mind. What is St. Louis known for?
Mostly the Arch. They're the gateway to the west. It's on the Mississippi. It's like Lewis and Clark kind of explored the rest, mapped the rest of America from there.
Oh, didn't they do that with like Pocahontas or something?
No, Pocahontas was like Revolutionary War when they founded it. That was Sacagawea you're thinking of.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
You're getting your Indian women mixed up.
Sorry, Sacagawea. Okay.
No, you haven't seen the Saint. I remember someone was like going over all the major countries, like the top 100 countries, and like naming interesting facts about them. And they got to St. Louis and they're like, "Hey, there's the St. Louis Arch." Anyway, and that was like all they said.
Okay. I swear there's St. Louis barbecue. I don't know why I think that's a thing, but I feel like that's a thing.
Yeah, there's St. Louis style pizza. We have our own like brand of it. I hate it. I don't like it, but we have it.
Wait, what kind of pizza is it? What's different about it? What's special?
It uses like Romero what was it? It uses some kind of cheese that I hate. But the big thing is it's this thin, crispy crust. I always describe it as like pizza on a cracker almost. They cut it into squares instead of triangles.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. What is something you find challenging about your work? Besides just managing all the stuff that you do, I guess. Because I think that's obvious. Because you do juggle a lot of hats, I feel like.
Yeah.
Haha, hats.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I think the biggest thing, at least lately, has just been like trying to keep myself motivated, trying to keep a schedule. I can usually like I get into a rhythm where like for an entire like 2 years or whatever, I was on this thing where like every Wednesday I did this, every Friday I did this, every Sunday I woke up and went to sleep at about the exact same time. And then I got a little bit sick and it disrupted the schedule, and now it's like trying to get back onto that has been the hardest thing possible. It's like keeping a sleep schedule when you don't have like anyone else telling you to work is like I'll go to sleep and I'll wake up at like 11 in the morning, right? And I'll be like, I probably should wake up, but I don't have to stream until 4, so I just go back to sleep. And then I end up waking up at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then because I slept so late, I'll stay up until like 7 in the morning or whatever. And then... Oh, yeah, I was just gonna... And then like, you know, it's fine because I don't have anything to keep me on the schedule. I'm still getting my work done and everything. until I have to make like a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment or help my parents with something. Okay. And they're like, can you come over here at 9 in the morning? And I'm like, fucking no. Like, I don't wake up until 2. Like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So kind of on that vein, what motivates you? So you said you have sometimes some trouble, motivating yourself to... I feel like all content creators kind of feel that way, but like, what's your biggest motivation for yourself?
That's a good... I think it's just like, I like entertaining people. It's I like seeing the feedback, all the nice comments and everything, all likes and everything. Just anytime I see people, I get some people where they're like, this might sound bad, but I fall asleep to your videos. And I'm like, I fall asleep to all sorts of people's videos. I'm glad I could help. Like, I'm just glad that I can, like, brighten up people's days slightly.
Aww. See,
I can accomplish something.
Yeah, I think those comments are kind of the best. I've never gotten I fall asleep to your videos, though. I think I'm too loud for that. But, they're probably like, you woke me up from my slumber, but thank you.
Your videos aren't long enough yet.
That's true. But I think, those comments of like, oh, you helped me motivate me through my day. Like, I look forward to your streams. Like, those kinds of comments are like, they're really uplifting for me. I'm like, hell yeah, it was worth doing it today. Like, it was worth streaming,
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't think of myself as a greedy person or anything. Like, I purposely try not to run any ads or whatever during my Twitch. I don't like monetize. I've gotten so many offers to do like, what are they called? Sponsored streams or make like sponsored content, and some of it's like pretty good money, and then like I always turn it down because I'm like I don't care about any of that stuff. But I would be lying if it's like I didn't smile when I saw a video made like a couple $100. So I'm like, buy so much pizza now. Like, money is certainly a motivator. It doesn't motivate me to go beyond, but when I see that, I'm like, I should make another one of those.
Yeah, absolutely. That does make sense. Yeah. What's one thing you're really bad at?
Everything.
Oh. That reminds me of like one of those like pickup lines. You're like, oh, I heard you like bad boys because I'm bad at everything.
I'm so bad. Please help. Oh yeah, I'm really bad at like shutting up. That's honestly, I don't know how many times I've talked over you today. Once you get me going, I just keep rambling.
That's not a problem though. I feel like in content creation, that's a plus.
Somewhat. It's really come to a head with the latest video I released. I'm not sure if you've seen the Deck Devastation Challenge.
I've heard of it. And I was watching you stream today, but I didn't think I watched your YouTube video yet.
Okay. I put out the first episode today, and it really just struck me where, like, it's a 50-minute long video, and while I was editing it, it was like the first 20 minutes was just me trying to explain the rules and be like, Twitch is here, and I'll be talking to them, and here's the rules with this, and here's the rule about that. And in editing, I'm trying to like, I really don't need all of this. I don't know why I rambled on so long about everything, but I talk so much and have such a way about it that I couldn't really like cut it out without it just being this jarring shift mid-sentence.
I see. Okay. Okay, I get it. I get what you're saying. But I feel like as a content creator, though, I feel like you need it. You'd rather have that problem than the opposite.
Yeah. I'd rather have that problem than the opposite, but I still wish I could I wish I could control it, I guess is like the idea, right? Okay. Like I wish I could turn it off, but half the time it's like I could sense the other person wants to speak and I'm like, but wait, I have to tell you about this other thing.
I think I do the same thing though, because I've definitely talked over you multiple times today. It's okay. I think we both have that issue. That's one of the. I mean, I think I want to say it's a pro and not a con for me, but I talk a lot, and then like if it's definitely a topic I want to talk about, I will talk about it for A long time. Yeah.
I'm curious, chat. Who do you think has been rambling more? Who's interrupted more?
That's it.
We'll give them a question while you move on to the next one.
Who's been talking over each other? She just keeps yapping. All right, I get it.
God forbid a woman talk for 5 minutes.
All right, I'm sorry. I'll stop yapping. What's one thing you think you're really good at besides talking? You can't say that anymore because that's your con.
Yeah. Again, I'd like to think I'm pretty good at drums. I like to think it's such a weird. No, I guess it's not that weird. But I like to believe I'm a pretty good communicator. Like I often get people tell me like, "Oh, you sound really smart," or "You sound really intelligent," and I don't think I am. I think I'm just good at explaining complicated stuff in a simple way, so that it makes me seem like, "Oh, he knows this thing really, really well." I'm like, I'm not an expert by any means, but I'm good at explaining how it works. I'm articulate. Thank you, chat.
Yeah, I think you are actually very good at that, because when I do learn new decks in Yu-Gi-Oh!, I've asked other people to explain to me, and I don't understand what the fuck they're saying. But then I asked you in a video call, or like a chat call, and you explained it to me. I mean, it took like a couple minutes. You were rambling, I think, maybe. But you explained it in a way that I understood. Like, I got it.
Especially if I script things out, or if I have like access to editing. Like a lot of people, even though my deck profiles that I made back in the day were never all that popular and I had to discontinue them, there were a lot of people who were like, especially the ones later on, they're like, "Man, you explained this deck in a way that like, I've watched 30 other videos and they could not cut to the core of it the way you did." I think Cardians is like the best example. If you've ever seen the Cardian archetype, you're basically learning to play another card game.
Oh, I just know they can go forever. Like the Maxi Challenge is their favorite thing to do. Yeah.
Because the whole thing, you're essentially playing another card game, and it's all the cards have these paragraphs of text. And I remember just sitting down and be like, okay, so they fall into 3 broad categories. They're all kind of like this. You can ignore the second half of the deck. Just know that, like, here's how these work, and here's your objective, and what you're trying to do is get to 11. And I guess that was one of those things I was proud at. I remember, like, MBT making a Cardian video, like, 3 months after mine, and using, like, the exact same terminology that I used. And I was like, he saw the video. I was the only one who explained it.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that's also why, I mean, I know you don't want to talk about politics and stuff, but that's the other, like, channel I have is the political one. And I really like to think that, like, I can break down these historical, serious topics and, like, make it easy to digest and understand.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll be able to do that someday, too.
Yeah!
Another big, long thing.
If you were not a streamer, if you were not a content creator, what do you think you'd be doing right now? Would you think you'd be doing that restaurant thing? Would you be a magician? Would you still be working in fast food? Like, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
I would probably still be working in fast food, or I'd be dead.
Oh shit.
Because of fast food. I'm not saying I'm not a suicide thing. Just more like the stress of working fast food is like incredible. It's crazy how many, like, I thought I had like a serious health problem, and then I just stopped working fast food, and it's like, oh, you were just stressed. Oh, you don't have like serious heart disease. You were just like stressed. Oh, you don't have like insomnia. You just hard to sleep because fast food like fucking drives you insane.
I see.
I'm not sure. You've never worked fast food, have you?
No, the only, I guess, I want to say like retail kind of experience is I worked as a caterer. I did some serving at a catering party, and I just, it was fine, I guess. It was okay.
Yeah, anytime you have to deal with the public, there's always like, you get assholes and stuff like that. That's true, especially at fast food. I've had people like spit at me and throw stuff at me for like not being fast enough when I was busting my ass.
Oh my goodness.
Or like we ran out of stuff and people were like yelling and throwing shit. It's like, that's bad, but that's something you deal with like every retail job,
Yeah.
You're at Walmart and you don't have any Coke and people are gonna like try to fight you over it like you didn't stock it personally. But the thing about fast food that makes it the worst, that I think people who don't work fast food don't understand, is that every order they have a timer. If you look behind, sometimes you'll be able to see it. You have a screen with like a big number on it, and as soon as someone pulls up at that first thing, there's like ding, and it starts counting. And you have, in a lot of cases, 2-3 minutes for every order.
What if the customer is the one that's taking a long time?
Doesn't matter.
Oh.
You still get in trouble for it.
That's kind of
And I think
rude.
that's the thing is like, in any other job, I don't think there's any other job where it's like, you hear that ding and it's like, I've got to go work now. I've got to be as fast as possible. I've got to get this done. And it's like, go, go, go. Get it done in 2 minutes, 2 minutes. And that wouldn't be as bad, except halfway through doing that, there's another ding. And someone else starts talking at the speaker box. And usually you have a headset, so you're hearing someone describe the next order you're making as you're trying to make the first order and talk to like another order.
I can't do
so
that.
It's just a series of 1-minute deadlines for 8 hours straight, oftentimes.
Oh no. I am glad I've never done that. Really. I think I might stress myself out so much.
And it's just, especially some places, I remember Steak and Shake, like, once you're over like 5 minutes, the numbers turn red, and then your headset starts beeping like, order too slow, order too slow.
What?
Burn, burn. And then, of course, the people in the drive-thru are like, I've been here for 20 minutes! And I'm like, I'm watching a timer, you've literally been here for 6, shut up.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, 6 is still too many. But like, I still, occasionally, I'll have a nightmare where I'm like, got 30 orders backed up and the timer is on like 15 minutes and I'm just like desperately trying to make something and I bring it to the window to get one out and they're like, this is wrong, make it again. And I'm like, no, I thought I did it. I have to throw it out and start over and then the stuff I need isn't there. The other person has it, like they messed up the shake and someone's yelling at me from like the front. And it's like, nothing is worse.
So you want to play Overcooked together?
Sure, sounds fun.
Okay. What's the best compliment you've ever received throughout your whole life? Doesn't have to be content creation. Could be from your fast food days if you have one. It could be from now. It could be from when you were a kid. I don't know.
I don't remember getting complimented. I think a little bit ago you said like congratulations for hitting 60 subs. That was nice.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. wait. You don't get compliments? No.
Yeah, that was a compliment, right?
Yeah, it was a compliment.
Okay. Yeah, that one was pretty nice.
Okay. Congrats. Wait,
Thank
when do you get a play button or whatever? The thing.
I think you get the silver one at 100,000. And then you get the gold one when you hit 1 million.
I'm cheering for your silver. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys.
That would be nice one of these days.
Is it true that men just don't get compliments? Is that a thing?
I'm sure I've gotten compliments. I just don't they don't stick with me very often.
Oh, okay.
Because oftentimes, the thing about it is that I think I get compliments on stuff from, I get a lot of people complimenting my music. Like when I play drums, it goes, oh, you played drums so great. But the thing is, I'll be sitting there well, I completely messed up the solo, and I forgot to hit the drum beat this time, and I did all that, so I don't think you really know what you're talking about, or you're just trying to flatter me. So it, doesn't stick, right?
Oh, okay. But I feel like in layman's eyes, right? Like a normal person's eyes, they wouldn't even notice that you missed the drum solo, or,
not
whatever,
at all.
right? Yeah.
It's the same way with art, right? I look at that skeleton and I'm like, that's pretty good. I mean, it has way too many teeth and the things are misaligned and the shading isn't consistent.
Right.
But you show it to someone, they're like, "That's a cool skeleton," and then they move on.
Yeah. For me, I'm just like, holy shit, that's cool. Like, because I would have never even dreamed of doing that myself, you know?
Yeah.
Like, even if you gave me a stencil and you're like, just copy this exactly, it would not look anything like that. I assure you. So, I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I think maybe you need to just accept the compliments and, you know, think that they come from the heart, you know?
Probably. But that's the thing, it's like, I'm just always thinking about what I can improve, so the compliments never, like, stick with me.
Okay, gotcha. What is your most prized possession? Or, like, maybe something, like a special card, maybe? Or just, like, a keepsake that you always... Or if you travel, you take with you? Or just, like, something maybe from your childhood? Is it Critter? Are you looking at Critter?
I was like, it might be Critter.
It might be Critter.
Let me see. This is probably the coolest thing that anyone sent me. I've got a bit of fan mail over the years.
Fan mail! I love fan mail. I keep all my fan mail right next to my desk. Ooh, what is that? Wait, is that a shadow box?
Yeah, it's like a shadow boxed engraver of the mark.
Wait,
where they like
so
cut
cool.
out the card and like made it all 3D and everything.
That's sick.
Let me see if I can get it to yeah, there you go.
Wait, he looks like that one guy from Dark Souls.
Yeah. Kind of like a Zorro or whatever.
Yeah.
You can see the Z back there.
That's so sick!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out to BV for making, or what was it? He didn't make it, he commissioned Ultimate LOL. Like, he put the little thing in here so I wouldn't forget.
Shout out to BB! It's fucking awesome. Wow, that is very cool.
He sent me that, and I guess I still have my Japanese Hulk.
Ah,
Best Crystron card. Yeah, other than that, I've never been the kind to like really hang on to stuff. I'm not nostalgic in the slightest. I just get rid of things when they're no longer useful.
Okay. Just never get rid of your hats. They all have a use. They're all useful. Yeah. They provide shade.
One of these days. I mean, I'll probably have to get a new top hat at some point. This one won't get too dirty or something.
Oh.
I just hope I can find one that fits as well.
Is this a custom or one, or you just bought it somewhere and it just
fit?
I
just bought it. Just bought it at a store. I have the box somewhere. If I need to look it up. But it fit perfectly.
Is there? Oh, there is. Okay. Very cool.
Critter's messing with the green screen there.
When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you were growing up? What was your dream as a kid? I'm sure you were not like, I want to become a fast food kid. There was no way, right?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Either. I was like you. I was watching the people in school and I was like, these nerds playing their card games. Like, I didn't start playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Until I was like 24.
Ah.
But, no, I guess it depends on when you talk to me. Elementary school, I wanted to be a scientist because that's a job.
Scientist? Well, it kind of is if you want to be like a researcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to be a scientist. Really what I wanted to do was put a bunch of shit into a pile and mix it together.
Okay.
I would make like a potion. You know, I'd dig a hole in the backyard and put stuff...
So you want to be a wizard?
Yeah, I wanted to be a wizard, but I thought that was a scientist. So it's like, I'll be a scientist.
Alright,
And then I guess in middle school, when I started like really getting into drawing and writing stories, I wanted to be like a filmmaker for a while.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
Did that go anywhere at all, filmmaking? Well, I mean, you make videos now, but...
Yeah. I make videos now, but...
Not the type.
That was the thing is, like, I remember looking into filmmaking, and the more I learned about it, the more I realized it was like a collaborative process. And what you had in mind often had to deal with the fact that, like, actors want to do something, and producers want to do something, and your budget dictates this and that. And I eventually kind of just fell out of interest with the whole thing, because I realized I couldn't, like, bring my vision to life through film.
Ah, okay.
So then I got really into comics, and then I got really into video games for a while, and then I eventually settled on writing, because writing is like the one art form where like you could just do it yourself. You don't need anyone else's help.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, the whole world is like what you put on the paper, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, like, budget's not really a concern. It's just about how much time you want to spend on it.
Very
you
true.
can envision anything.
Very true. Very true. Wait, so that was your high school era? Was writer?
No, I guess high school was transitioning from movie into comic book. When I ended high school, me and my roommate Steve were going to make a comic book I had been writing, and we spent like 2 years working on that, and then it like just didn't come together.
Oh, what kind of comics were you into? Were you like into the American comics?
I was into American comics and manga.
Oh.
Like, I was one of those people who liked both and kind of wanted to combine like elements of both. Have stuff that was more like superhero-y. It's, now that I think back, it's very similar to something like My Hero Academia.
Oh.
Right? Where it's like, you've got a big ensemble squad of a whole bunch of people who have superpowers who are like all kind of working together, but it doesn't take place in like a superhero universe where everyone necessarily has capes and masks, but some people do.
Oh, interesting. So what you're saying is you could have written it first.
Yeah. What I'm saying is I mean, I don't want to put everything on Steve because I went back and eventually had to rewrite the entire script because I realized the first draft was like awful. But a lot of the reason it took 2 years was just like I had written like 10 issues and he was going to do the art, and it took him 2 years to draw the art for it.
Okay.
To make like two issues or whatever, and I was like, this is going too slow.
My Hardleg Academia.
Yeah.
I like that.
That was actually, I was still working on that when I started the YouTube career. Like, my idea, one of the big art things was like, if I get enough money in YouTube, I can commission an artist to draw the comic book.
Oh!
And what was it? Do you care if I go off on a tangent about the comic book, or do you have other questions we need to get to?
No.
Okay. Because like I said, I described it as kind of like My Hero Academia in the sense that it's this big I've never actually seen My Hero, but I've seen there's like 50 there's like 50 like students, right, who all have their own like things.
But like it's my comic book idea is exactly like it.
It's similar to it.
Okay.
Or like I guess Bleach kind of had that too, right? Where they're like, here's this squad and it has this team of people, and here's this other squad. And it was kind of like that big ensemble cast. The difference was, instead of having like heroes and villains or like the Soul Society versus whatever, it was 6 teams that were all trying to get their hands on this valuable resource that was discovered in the South American jungle. That was basically infinite energy if you could get your hands on it, but it's like super, super rare. And the idea was, you have these 6 teams that are all from all different parts of the world trying to get there, and they've all got super-powered people on them fighting against each other. And there was no one protagonist. There was 60 episodes, and every episode was told from a different person's perspective. So someone is the hero of their own story, but then it would switch to the guy you thought was like the villain who seemed evil from that perspective, and you find out like, oh, he's got really, really good reasons for doing what he's doing, and that guy stopping him actually like resulted in a whole bunch of bad shit for him, and now he wants revenge, and you understand
that's so
why.
Cool. Wait, when are you gonna make it into a real thing? I want to read it now.
Yeah.
Wait, it doesn't have to be like manga style. Can you just make like a light novel?
Maybe. That was the thing, right? My original plan was to do that, and then someone was like, "That's a big, ambitious project. Before you do that, you should like finish a regular project to show that you can write at least a story." And so that's where I came up. The story that's on my YouTube that came out as like an audio book or whatever. That one was like, I was going to just write a novel. And I was like, once I get that one finished, then I can move on to this other project. So that's in line. And the thing about that novel is, I did finish writing the entire novel. Like it's done. I have to go back and do like a second draft of it and revise a lot of stuff. But like it's just sitting like in a document, just waiting. I just haven't had time to like do anything with it.
Wow, you should get like an editor or just some person that you know is good at English to like go check it out and you know read through it and edit a little bit. Yeah.
I've had people go through and like make notes and everything.
That's so cool! Yep. Get published! I'll download your book on my Kindle! That's so cool.
Yeah, I'll have to... I mean, that's the thing, hopefully, right? Is that if I can get things so consistent with like editors and stuff like that, where I can go back and start spending consistently like X amount of time on that, then not only will I be able to like finish it up and everything, but also I'll have a bigger audience that could be like, hey, you like my stuff? Check out
I see. But honestly, the graphic novel idea, the plot you had, very, very interesting because I feel like different chapters having different POVs.
Yeah.
I like it very much.
And I mean, that's also like the cool thing about, at least from an art standpoint, was that instead of getting like one artist to draw everything, I'd be like, hire a different artist to do every issue so that the art reflects the personality of the character you're storing.
Oh, wait, that's sick.
Yeah.
Wait, no. This is actually really good. This is mind blowing, you guys. I'm very invested now.
Yeah, and that's like, I don't have the script for again, I have like the script for like the first 4 episodes or so. And then I have like a detailed breakdown of like what happens in every episode. Like I've got the timeline, beginning, middle, end, everything like planned out. I just need to actually write the actual full episode or whatever.
56 episodes more to go, guys. Let's go.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully doing all that stuff I just said.
Hopefully you'll have like 3 novels out maybe at that time. The graphic novel's out. It's on chapter 60.
Either that or I mean, that's the big thing, right? Is that when I wrote all these, a lot of these stories, even though they're like cool, fantastical, like adventures and everything, I wrote them because I had like some idea I wanted to get across, like a philosophy, right?
Oh, wait, are you like Chuck Tingle? You have a.
I hope not.
You have a philosophy, you know. Monday's the guy you don't like, therefore.
But I mean, that's the idea of like stories in general, right? Like, again, I don't mean to keep coming back to My Hero because I haven't seen it, but I know, like, you know, I've read enough of the wiki to know like there's a character called All Might.
Yes.
Who like gathers the strength from all the people around him, and he represents like cooperation. Yes. And then there's a character called All for One who steals people's powers and uses them for himself, and he's the bad guy. And it's like, yes, it's a big shonen thing, but the author is clearly trying to tell like a message about what he believes is important and what he thinks is good.
Right, okay. Understood.
Or like, I guess Naruto, because I have read that. I remember
even though
reading...
you wear the headband upside down!
I read it years ago. But I remember reading, like, in the back of the episode, him talking about, like, Naruto versus Gaara, right? Very early on, right after the tuning exams, you had Naruto, who was left alone, like this loner kid or whatever, and he learned to find strength by reaching out to other people. You know, he pulled himself out by allowing people to help him. Whereas Gaara was also this outcast who was left alone, but he learned to find strength by looking in on himself. By like, I'm not going to rely on anyone else. I'm just going to become the strongest there is. And my strength comes from the fact that I don't have these connections that might be holding me back.
It was their shinobi way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the author's talking about, like, this is a big, cool fight, but the purpose of the fight is to lay out these two philosophies, like, which is more important, like, the strength of relying on other people with the weakness of those people might bring you down, or self-reliance and not having anyone. And he's like, their fight represents my thoughts about, you know, which one is better.
I didn't even think about that when I was watching that thing. I was just like, go Gaara, fuck him up, and then he died, and I'm like, I mean, he didn't die, but you know, he fainted, you know, like a Pokemon, and then and then they had to bring him back to the village, and I was like, oh no. Wow.
Or even Neji versus Naruto. I remember Neji believes in destiny. He's like, you're born a certain way, and Naruto's like, you make your own destiny. You do what you want.
Okay, and, that one I got when I was watching, because they would shut up about it when they were fighting each other.
but that's the thing about a lot of art, is they're people trying to communicate something to you. And often they dress it up and make it interesting by having cool fights, but at the end of the day, it's like, I want to try to put this positive message out into the world, or just this message in general.
Right.
And that's a lot of the stuff behind my art. All of the stories I wrote have that embedded into them. And I just remember during the pandemic, where I was working on art, and it was just really hard with everything going on to the world to feel like this was important, because I'm like, if I put out this art with this message, there's a chance that 90% of people just completely don't get it, and they're just like, cool fights. And that's when I started the political channel, where I basically sit down in front of a camera and I'm like, here is what's important, here's what I think is good and why, and I'm just going to tell you directly. And even though the world is still not in a great place, I'm kind of stuck in this place at the moment where I can't decide which is the better route. Should I focus on being direct and use my ability to explain things to try to get these positive messages out into the world? Or should I focus on making art that entertains people and also contains these positive messages, even if they're a little hidden?
Well,
and so that's going back to your question about 10 years. Where do I see myself in 10 years? There's the two roads, right? I'm either big political streamer who's talking about serious topics in a frank way,
right?
Or I'm big artist guy who puts out all these stories and projects and everything that have this subtext but are more about cool action fights.
Right. Oh, okay.
And I can't decide which way to go.
That's really interesting, because I feel like most people just be like, I don't know, I think I might be famous by now. I don't know, I don't know, maybe I'll be just 10 years older but the same, or
yeah.
Or some people, I have one of my friends I asked, and they're just like, I don't know, I'll probably have 3 kids by then. I'm like, oh, gross. But I think
a lot of
nice
people don't have those long-term plans.
Yeah, I think it's nice that you at least you have goals. You have something that you're working towards, whether you're still choosing which direction to go to, but you have a direction.
Yeah,
right?
I know. That's been the story of my life. Is I know exactly what I want to do. I don't know how to get about it.
Well, I think you're definitely on your way to succeeding. Either way, I think.
I'm trying my best out here.
Yeah, I think you're doing great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the best compliment I've ever received.
Someone's gonna ask you next week, and then you'd be like, I never get compliments. You're gonna forget.
Absolutely.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Because I feel like talking to you seem like an extrovert, but I feel like the way you described yourself in high school, you seem like an introvert.
Yeah, I think I'm absolutely an introvert. Because, what was it? The way I've heard it described, right, is that an introvert and extrovert don't refer to what you like doing. They refer to how you recharge your social battery.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's the more nuanced explanation, is if you're an extrovert, that means that after a long day of working, how you relax is hanging around other people. Just the process of being around them recharges you for the next day. Whereas if you're an introvert, that doesn't mean that you're antisocial or you can't hang out with people. But in my case, after this, I'm gonna go lie down. This is tiring. Like, I could not hang out with another person after this because I would be exhausted from having talked for so long.
Right. Okay. Yeah, introvert all the way then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes I feel like I want to hang out with other people though. Depends who they are though. They can't be like... Certain personalities tire me out, and certain personalities don't. So I think it depends.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Okay.
And I mean, that's the other thing too, is that like so many things, they offer it as like a binary choice, like you're either this or that. And the real thing is most people are like a spectrum. You know, like, oh, I'm like 50% introvert or 60%.
Oh, you just lean towards a side.
Yeah.
Not like, okay. That makes sense.
So, I mean, some people are 100% one way, but most people, like, or a lot of people could be like, yeah, you know, I kind of like hanging out with people a little bit more, but not a lot.
Yeah, okay. So, this might be an interesting one for you, since you are a history buff. Which historical figure would you ever want to meet? They could be dead. It doesn't matter. Oh, that's not history. I mean, it is a part of history, but not the thing that we're talking about.
I want to talk to Naruto.
Okay, they have to be a real person. But they could be someone who's already passed away or someone who's alive right now. Just anyone famous, I guess.
Are you saying Naruto's not real?
I'm ending the call. Goodbye. Believe it!
Believe it!
It's my ninja way!
Who are you talking about? Boruto's dad?
Boruto's dad. I love him.
Remember you get those old
Fortnite,
people.
You know.
They're like, did you know that Boruto's dad had a show all about him?
God. Is that the Gen Z kids?
Yeah, Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha. Wait, what are you?
I'm a millennial, I believe.
Millennial. What's after millennial?
It goes,
XYZ?
By after, do you mean the younger or older?
So we're going from millennial to younger.
Yeah, it goes, millennial, and then Gen Z, and then Gen Alpha.
Oh, Alpha. Oh, Alpha.
Yeah.
Okay. When are we getting to,
because
like,
once
Sigma?
what was it? The whole thing was it went through, it goes through, what are they called? It goes, alphabetically. Because the 70s was Gen X. And then the 80s was Gen Y.
Oh.
The 90s, they just went with millennials because they were growing up in the millennium. So they skipped a letter.
Oh.
And then you go to Gen Z. And then once you go to Z, you go back around to A.
Oh,
and that's
is
why
that
they call
what that means?
Alpha.
I always just thought they were just making shit up the whole time. Okay.
And I mean, some of them have like names, like the technically what you would call, what would it be, Gen W, or whatever's before X. You have the baby boomers, who were after World War II. There were a lot of people who got like really busy because they were excited about like the war's over. Now we can have kids and raise them in a nice place. And so the population in America went huge.
It just skyrocketed.
Skyrocketed. The baby boom.
The baby boom.
And so everyone born there, that's where the term boomer comes from. They're baby boomers.
Oh. That's where it's from?
Yeah.
Okay, boomer.
People who were born in the 50s and the late 50s. Or 50s and 60s.
Oh, I got called a boomer the other day. I don't know how I feel about that. Too.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not a boomer.
Yeah, it's like my parents were boomers. But it's become kind of just a slang for like an older person. They'll be like, shut up, boomer. And I'm like, I am 50 years too young to be a boomer. But that's also the idea of a zoomer is Gen Z. But instead of being a baby boomer, they're always hyper because they're like 18, 19, 20 or whatever. So they're zooming around. So there's zoomers. Z for zoomer.
Holy, okay, I'm learning.
You're
History.
welcome.
Thank you. Wait, historical figure you want to meet?
Historical figure? I really can't like think of anyone.
Or just like, and not maybe you don't want to like just sit down and talk to them and be like, what was your life actually like? What are the history books actually right, or are they lying to me? I don't know.
Yeah.
Something interesting.
The weird thing is, like, the person I'd want to talk to, or the people I'd want to talk to more, like the really historical figures that, like, we don't know much about, just because I could ask them, like, you know, what was life actually like back then?
Yeah.
What were the things and everything? Like, talk to someone learned. But, like, I don't speak Latin well enough to talk to, like, these ancient Romans.
Imaginary scenario, you can speak Latin or they can speak English.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
Maybe like Caesar.
Oh.
Julius Caesar.
Okay.
It'd be interesting to kind of know about everything, especially because for him, you talk about him like right after he became emperor, because he basically saw like a democracy crumble and turn into a dictatorship.
Yeah, that's right. He crowned himself king, right, or emperor, or whatever, right?
Yeah. Well, other people crowned him, but he did. It was a big, complicated thing.
Okay.
But there's you know, it's mildly relevant. I feel like, you know, not sure if like, at least I keep hearing it that, like, you know, our democracy is comparable to the late Roman age. So it'd be neat to talk to someone who lived through that and be like, here's the problems we're facing. What are the problems you're facing? Kind of compare them.
Interesting. Okay. So you'd want to like look for the problems they had in the Roman government and then compare it to ours.
Yeah, partially that, and partially just like, you know, picking his mind about, because all the like, are this story true? Is that story true? What was life like in general? Yeah,
I wonder if he was actually like a brilliant guy, or he just happened to be the general at the time, kind of thing, and then he just.
He was absolutely a brilliant guy. What was my favorite thing, because I've been studying some stuff about him, is they're like, the thing that makes Julius Caesar a great general is that everyone else was playing chess and he was playing Minecraft.
That's not as...
So what they mean by that is so many of his battles were won not because he necessarily had like strategic movement of troops, but because he decided to build things. He engineered the battlefield in his favor. The best example I can think of, right? They were chasing some people, and these people went up on a big hill. And if you've got like if you've got like swords and stuff, you don't want to charge uphill because they can push you downhill and like just topple. Like, you fall backwards, then you run into your army and you start stabbing your own guys and stuff. So you never want to attack uphill.
Oh, so the high ground is real. In the Star Wars.
The high ground is absolutely a thing.
Okay, it's a real thing. Okay.
And so it's like, usually what would happen is like, they'd be like, okay, well, we're going to wait you out, you know? We're going to be at the bottom of the hill, and if you try to leave to get supplies or whatever, we'll attack you. And then we'll starve you out, or you'll surrender, or you'll come down to hill to fight us to try to break out.
Okay.
But the thing was, before the guy went up on the hill, he sent out a bunch of messengers to reinforcements. There was another army just as big that was like a week away. So it's like, all I have to do is survive on this hill for a week. You either have to come up here and fight me on the hill, or you have to leave, because then you'll be outnumbered and surrounded. You'll have people on the top and people from behind. So what Julius Caesar did was he built a wall like around the hill, like a 12-foot high wooden wall. Like, they decimated the entire forest, cleared it out, and just made a huge wall. And then they turned around and they made another wall on the outside of that wall and basically put themselves in a loop around it so that they could have a fortified position to attack from both. So when the new army arrived, they're on top of the wall and they're throwing spears down. Now they have the high ground, even though they're on a flat plain, because they built this structure. And they basically realized that, like, the people on the outside of the wall and the people on the inside, if they attacked at the same time, we wouldn't be able to defend it. But because we've completely encircled them, they have no way to communicate with each other. So they can never coordinate a combined strike. He would just go back and forth. And then the crazy thing was, eventually, like, this went on for like a week or whatever. And he's like, the people outside aren't giving up. The people inside, they're starving, but they're still not going to surrender. So he ended up basically like weakening his own wall So the people on the outside broke in, you know, oh, they're in this tube or whatever, essentially. Like, they got a long hallway. They filter in, and he just sends all his troops around, or like half of them, and lets them come into the wall, and now it's like, you're trapped between two walls. There's people in front of you, and now there's people filtering in behind you. You crush the army without giving them a chance to escape. Oh. And then you turn to the people who are still on the hill, and you're like, your reinforcements are dead. Are you going to surrender now?
Wow. Wait, that's really... Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. I wouldn't even know. Because when you said Minecraft, right? My first thought was he mined. So he went inside of the mountain or the hill that they were in, and then he blew up the hill because he put TNT or something in there. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a lot of stuff like that. There's just a lot of his victories are like him building like these huge ramps, or him like redirecting rivers, or like finding ways around mountains. Wow. He just did a lot of stuff where like other people didn't think of military strategy in terms of how can I shift the environment. And he was like, if you're not going to give me an even playing field, then I will take away your playing field by changing nature around you.
Yeah, I feel like he was playing Fortnite.
Yeah, I guess that would be the more relevant Zoomer like answer.
Am I a Zoomer now? No, I'm not a Zoomer. I'm not a Zoomer.
Everyone else was playing chess, and he was playing Fortnite.
He was playing Fortnite. He was Fortnite dancing all over them.
He was sitting there building a huge ramp so he could shoot down on them.
Oh, one more question. Aside from like your daily necessities, obviously toilet paper, food, water.
I don't need toilet paper.
Okay, you can go without it. What one thing can you not go a day without? You can pick one item that is not food or water.
One thing I can't go without. I mean, probably internet. Internet just gets you so much, right? Like, you get entertainment and communication and news, and it's like everything.
That's
phone,
true.
I guess, would be the same thing.
Yeah, your phone is the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, I've gone camping. I didn't need the internet then, so I guess I don't need it. But if you're gonna take away the internet, you've got to give me like marshmallows.
Okay, that's a good trade-off. That's not bad. Wait, you know, isn't there like a casserole where it's just literally just marshmallows?
Probably.
I went to a friend's Thanksgiving and I had to leave early before we ate it because they said it was like a dessert casserole, and all I saw was just marshmallows, and I was really jealous. And I didn't get to eat it, and I'm really like sad about it.
One of these days, Ame, you'll be able to have the marshmallow casserole.
I want the marshmallow casserole. Where is it?
Gotta open a P.O. box so people can send it to you.
Can you send food like that in a P.O. box?
Yes, I wouldn't recommend it. I remember I had a fan who sent me they're like, me and my mom baked you some lemon bread, and I got it and I opened it up. It was in like wrapping or whatever. And I was like, oh, neat. It has like a white frosting on it or whatever. And I showed it to my mom, and she's like, that's mold.
Oh.
It was absolutely like covered with white mold. I'm like, I won't be able to eat any of your delicious bread. I apologize.
Oh, my chat is saying it's sweet potatoes with marshmallow.
I don't really like sweet potatoes.
Wait, what do you eat for Thanksgiving? Are you a Thanksgiving kind of person or family or anything like that? Yeah.
I eat turkey. It's turkey day.
Just turkey? Turkey?
Yeah. Just turkey.
Wait,
maybe
are you
like
picky?
A roll.
Are you a picky eater? You know who's a picky?
Yes.
Yes, you are. Oh, what foods do you not like? What's on your no-no list? Vegetables, okay.
And fruits.
Oh, what else?
Basically anything that's like a plant. I don't eat bugs either. A lot of people are like, grasshoppers are not bad. I'm not really into those.
Okay, okay, we can put the bugs aside. You don't eat any vegetables or fruits?
I eat, what was it? That's the thing. I'll be like, I don't eat any vegetables or fruits. And then I'll be like, but I eat potatoes. And if I say that, people will be like, potatoes aren't a vegetable, those are a starch. But if I say, fine, I don't eat anything, they'll be like, what about potatoes? Those are a vegetable. I eat potatoes.
Do you like tomatoes? Like tomato
not
sauce, really. Right? No, it's not
like,
the same.
I put it on pizza, but I always get like light sauce because I don't really like it.
Wait, do you eat spaghetti?
Not with the sauce.
What? Wait.
I just put Parmesan cheese on it.
Why?
I eat noodles with cheese.
Why? Why? Wait, no.
I'm a weirdo. That's not spaghetti. Yeah, it's noodles.
That's just noodles. Wait.
Yeah, but if that's the case, I don't eat spaghetti.
Do you eat seafood?
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm one of those weirdos.
You're like, okay, I'm gonna sound very mean, but you're like the basic white boy diet.
Yeah, for the most. I mean, what was it? I've been getting a little better about that as far as like when I make rice or when I make like a pot roast or whatever, I'll put a whole bunch of seasonings and stuff on it.
Okay. Do you put carrots in your pot roast?
No.
Oh my god.
My pot roast is just like beef with a whole bunch of seasonings on it.
I think you're supposed. Wait, do you have health problems because you don't eat like vegetables or anything like that?
Nah, not yet. Not that I'm aware of. I'm sure, like, I'm likely to have a heart attack at some point, but I don't have like high cholesterol or anything yet.
Do you go every year to the doctor?
Not every year. I only really got like health insurance like last year, but I've gone for the last 2 years.
Okay, good. Keep going. I'm worried for your diet.
Yeah. Me too. I'm kind of surprised I haven't gotten scurvy, but apparently potatoes are a good source of vitamin C, and I eat fries all the time.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as your doctor says you're healthy, then
healthy enough. Yeah.
Healthy enough.
No, I absolutely know it's a problem. I always try not to bring it up because I'm not one of those people who's like happy that I'm a picky eater or whatever. But it falls into this weird category of like, it's not like a medical condition, like I'm not allergic to it. But I've been, what was it? I guess the best way to describe it, if you don't mind staying another 5 minutes or so.
No, we're good.
Okay. It was like, I think I was 4 or 5 when suddenly out of nowhere I became like a very picky eater. Where I just stopped eating all vegetables and fruits or whatever. And my parents were like, well, if you're not going to eat, then you're not going to get any food. Like, I'm not going to make you a special thing. Basically assuming that, like, if I was hungry enough, I would eat. And I remember there was one time specifically where they're like, if you have a bite of apple, you can eat whatever, but until then, you're not allowed to eat until you eat this apple. And I basically did not eat for like 4 days straight. Like, even as a kid, like, I just laid there until the point, like, I didn't have the energy to move.
Oh my god.
Like, I was just, like, emaciated and exhausted all the time. And my mom couldn't stand to look at me that way anymore, so she gave me some food that I wanted. And yeah, just ever since then, like, they continuously tried to get me to eat stuff. But as a kid, it really was, I think the way I described it was like, I look at vegetables the same way someone might look at, like, again, like fried crickets or fried cockroaches. Where, like, I know these things are edible, other people eat them, but the idea of eating them disgusts me. Like, there's something about it that just, like, makes me sick to my stomach.
Wow.
And even when I got older, I remember being like 18, 19, and I had my first girlfriend, and she was like, this is bad, you need to learn to eat stuff. And I'm like, you know what, for you, I will do it. And she cut up, like, she'd make like carrots, and I'd eat like, I managed to eat a carrot, and the entire time I'm just like, this is so awful. And then 10 minutes later, I threw it up.
Oh my goodness.
And then same thing, I tried to eat corn, tried to eat apple again, tried to eat watermelon, and I'm not sure if it's just this mental block or if it's because I spent my entire childhood not eating this. But now when I try to, it just makes me sick to my stomach. I can't keep any of these things down. Like, I just throw up whenever I try.
It might honestly be like a mental thing more than like your body actually rejecting it.
Yeah, entirely possible. But it's just one of those things, like, among all the other stuff I have, like, I haven't had time to see therapy about it.
Oh, fair.
It's like, that's probably what I need at some point.
Yeah, chat, you guys can't yell at me for my bad diet now. Go yell at Hardleg for his bad diet, not mine. My diet is beautiful.
I'm trying. I'd eat better if I could.
Oh, if you're trying, that's all we can ask. Yeah. Well, I don't want to take any more of your time. I think we hit like the 3-hour mark, just about in about like a minute or two. So
you said we'd be here for 2 hours.
I'm sorry. We had too much fun.
I expect to get paid extra.
We had too much fun, Joe. Please. Don't blame me. I just want to thank you again so much for coming out and hanging out with me today.
No problem.
I think we, as a chat, learned a lot more about you today than I ever did in the last 2 years that I've known you. I think 2 years, a year and a half. I don't know, something like that. So, thank you so much for coming out, and thank you so much for sharing.
And thank you for having me. It's always nice to talk about myself. It makes me feel important.
You are very important. Wait, also, can you please plug yourself for the chat?
Oh yeah, if you somehow don't know, I run the Hardleg Gaming YouTube channel. It's mostly Yu-Gi-Oh! I just started a new show called the Deck Devastation Challenge. It's if the cards are destroyed in a duel, they are destroyed for real. And I have to climb the ladder, starting at Rookie, with a deck that is crumbling to death in my hands. So check that out. And I guess I also do Twitch. You know, same thing. Hardleg Gaming.
Yeah, check him out. He is a very nice dude. He is very kind, and he is good with words, as you probably heard. Yeah.
And I got my buddy Critter.
Critter! But thank you again so much for coming out and agreeing to be my test guinea pig. I think we'll definitely be continuing on this series, and I hope to see you next time.
Hell yeah. You gotta get Golden Nova on here.
Oh, okay.
Check it out.
Alright. Hua! Thank you, Hardleg.
No problem.
Thank you.
Everything all good. Should I go ahead and duck out so you can do your finale with the chat and everything?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well you have a lovely night, Miss Ame. Chat,
Bye,
make sure you subscribe. Drop a gifted sub, all that nice stuff. I will see you later.
Bye-bye! He's still here. Wait, oh, it's because oh, it's gone! Alright, that was a good one. I think it was a good collab. What do you guys think? What is your comments, concerns, other stuff? How do you guys feel about it? This was my first one out of... Well, I mean, it's my first one. My first, interview style, show, that I wanted to do. Hardleg! Thank you so much for the gifted sub. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for Thank you again so much for agreeing to be on the show. He was my test dummy. He agreed to be my guinea pig, so... Yeah, it was a pilot. We were just testing it out to see how well my hosting skills are, or you know, how well it'd go and whatnot. I'm hoping to kind of make this into like maybe a video series on YouTube, and then maybe do this like interview style kind of stream. I don't know about once a week, but maybe like maybe once every 2 weeks or something like that, depending on how many guests I can I give some feedback? Yeah, for sure. Who's next on the hit list? I haven't asked anybody yet. So, any suggestions? Obviously, I can't get anyone who I can't get a hold of, so don't put in fucking Gura. I'd love to get Gura, but, you know, unfortunately, that's not a thing. It's not a thing. But yeah, I think any suggestions, any comments, would be really good. Get Marina! No! Okay, I'd fucking love that. I would fucking love to get Marine on my show. But, I don't think I can get into her DMs, if you know what I mean. She has closed DMs. But yeah, I think, you know, anyone who's willing to talk with me. But I think obviously before I like just yell at someone random, I need to be able to know if I can vibe with them kind of well, cause like, can I be on it? People will probably watch Dual Logs. I feel like Dual Logs already talks so much about his life though on his stream. I feel like, well, actually, it might be interesting either way. But like, I don't know how redundant it might be because I feel like Dual Logs is very open with everything with his life. Dual Logs is too boring. But I don't know. We'll see. I think any suggestions, any comments, any way to make the show a little bit more interesting, or you know, maybe you're like, oh, you guys talk too much about this comment or something, or any questions or any pressing questions that you might have for a certain content creator. Maybe we can get that in the interview. But I think it went really well, and I think we could definitely do another one again. Interview myself. Shy Lily, yay or nay? I think she's too big for me to even like answer my DMs, if you know what I mean. I think she would not bother to look at my DM. I think I am way too much small for her. I don't know how many subs or followers she has on Twitch, but it's definitely like 1,000 times more than I do or something. We are definitely not on the same level of I don't know how to explain that. She wouldn't give a shit if I DM'd her, you know? But anyway, any suggestions, please go ahead and send it to me in my suggestion chat of my Discord, or if you know any content creators that might be wanting to get on here and I may or may not know them, you can also let them know to message me, because my DMs are mostly open, I think. I can at least look at my DMs to see whether or not, like, if it's spam or not. So I usually check on my DMs, so I can at least check them out and see what's going on. But yeah, thank you guys so much again for coming in. I appreciate all the follows today. I apologize, I couldn't really interact today too much with chat since I was, we were doing an interview style stream. But yeah, I think that's it for today. Thank you guys so much. If you guys do have any serious suggestions, please drop them in the Discord. Please join your Discord and I will be checking out all the suggestions that you post down there. Thank you, everyone. Have a good one. Wait, shit, I need to fuck, sorry. We're not done yet. I'm about to, like, end stream, but I totally should raid out, right? That's like a thing. My badge. Let me go raid. Never mind. We're not done yet. We have to raid. Don't leave yet. Don't leave me. You can't leave me yet. We're not done. Let's go to Eclipse. Oh, wait. Yeah, I have to promote my model. Okay, hold on, you guys. Wait. Okay, so... on next week on Friday, March 29th, 3 p.m. Pacific time. Wait, not 3 p.m. 5 p.m. Pacific time. Next week, I'll be debuting my 3D model. So you have to come. Or else. Be there, be square. If you're not there, you're gonna miss out. And have FOMO forever. Have FOMO forever if you don't come. I'm gonna be in 3D, in the 3 dimensions. And it's gonna be great. Can you repeat that?
This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh, we got a raid request. I forgot I changed it. Okay, we're going to Kimi Kokoro. Thank you for the raid suggestion. Thank you. But yeah, we're gonna be in 3D. Woo! Yeah, so whenever I get a guide my raid, that noise will now pop up now. So it's gonna be good. No. I just thought it was funny, because if someone suggests a raid, that soundbite comes up of this video was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. I just thought it was funny. We're not actually. I just think it's funny. I know, my sense of humor is great. Okay. Anyway, March 29, 5 p.m. Pacific time. New model debut. You should come. If not, I will bite your toes in the middle of the night. And you don't want that. Because you don't want me to eat your stinky toes. Has that VIP been updated? Oh yeah, it's been updated. The VIP has absolutely been updated. If someone gets VIP right now, I think... I don't know. For free? For free? Yeah, for free. Remove my VIP, please? Okay, hold on. Wait, are you just gonna... Okay, you have been un-VIP'd. Yeah, you're so naked. Put some clothes on. Is it not working? No! Wait. Oh! I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Wait. I'm gonna fix it. I'm fixing it. Please hold. Please hold. No! All this build up for nothing. There you go. I just want you to know that took me 45 minutes to do, so I hope you feel special. I learned the joy of editing a video, of just putting green screen videos on top of each other, and then I was like, wow, this is so stupid. What did I do? And then I made that, and then I was like, what am I gonna use this for? And then I was like, wow, that's so dumb. And then I was like, I should do it for VIP, and that's what I did. So thank you. I'm so creative. Whoa. I mean, I've always like known how to do basic edits, but like, I don't know. This is the first time I like made something that wasn't like a video edit of myself, I guess. I just put shit together and I was like, wow, this is dumb as hell.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh shit, no. We got a raid! Gamba! Thank you for the raid! Welcome in, Gamba Raiders! Play Mambo number 5? I can play Mambo number 5. Give me 1 second. I know it's on my playlist.
Before you go, I'm so stressed with meal prep and it's so expensive. Do you have any idea what I can do?
Oh my god. Jack! If you want, you can use my super cool HelloFresh 16 free meals and dessert for life subscription plan if you'd like. Yeah! Subscribe to HelloFresh using my code. Get 16 free meals plus free dessert for life. That's crazy! Yo, Hurricane VT, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the team sheet. Oh, your name is very unique. I like it. Hurricane. I get it. I like it. Mucho gusto, senor. But yeah, thank you guys so much again for coming in. Gamba, I feel so bad. I was literally about to end stream, so I do apologize. But I appreciate the raid nonetheless. Thank you. I really do. It is a fun. I like it. No. All good. I thank you for coming in though, Gamba. I appreciate you always sharing your community with me. You are very poggers. And yeah, my 3D debut is coming up. 3/29. Be there, be square. Yeah, we're about to go raid again, so stick around, guys. Woo! 3/29. Avast me hearties, yo-ho! Fish raid! Alright guys, I'll see you like sometime this week. Weekend, sorry. Sometime this weekend. Good night, everybody! Good night!